बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this concludes.
Heard Prime Minister there making his speech in Norway in Hindi, talking about what the association really means. He also calls for peace and institutional reforms over there. Remember, this is the first trip that an Indian Prime Minister has made in over 4 decades. He also batted for peace amid the West Asia war that's going on. He has also called for institutional reforms. Prime Minister Modi there in Oslo, in Norway, making that speech. You did see the Norway head standing by as all of that happened. In more news just coming in, this is the first look we now have of India's bullet train. These visuals released by the Railway Ministry display the image of the upcoming bullet train. India's first bullet train is officially now scheduled to launch on the 15th of August 27, remember? And we are told that it is designed for maximum operating speed of around 320 kilometers per hour, an average speed of around 250 kilometers an hour. These pictures now have emerged. The Railway Ministry has introduced the first glimpse, the first look of what that bullet train will really be like. Now, the flagship one will go from Mumbai to Ahmedabad corridor. It will also use Japan's Shinkansen technology, reducing travel time between the two cities from 7 hours to just 2. Remember, this is still about more than a year away. 15th of August 27 is what we are told is when this will be ready. But at the moment, it looks like the ministry has the first official glance for all of us to really have ready, and that's been the release. Piyush Mishra on the phone line with us. Piyush, the deadline here, the official launch is still scheduled for 15th of August 27?
Well, that's right, Sonal. Before that, we are now getting these pictures coming in from the gate number 4 of Railway Bhavan. What we are now told is that this is a picture of country's first proposed bullet train that has been displayed at the Ministry of Railways at Railway Bhavan at the gate number 4. Remember that the work for this entire project is going on a fast pace. If you talk about this entire project, this is going to be completed by 15th August 2027. It is a 508-kilometer long project between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. The train will run at the speed of 220 kilometers per hour and going to reduce the travel time from around 7 to 8 hours to 2 hours and 17 minutes really. What we are also given to understand is that recently the 350-ton cutter-head lowered for Mumbai and Ahmedabad bullet train project was also achieved with the lowering of first cutter-head of a single boring machine at Vikhroli in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and work for this entire project is going on with fast pace. But yes, the first pictures have now surfaced, and these pictures have been displayed at the gate number 4 of Rail Bhavan at the Ministry of Railways, and this is certainly telling us as to how the government is very much committed as far as the bullet train project is concerned.
Piyush, help us understand these pictures. What more are you reading into them that we are not at this point? And how similar or different are they from the ones that we have seen in Japan?
Well, these are different, not different, but based on the Japan technology. And remember that the MOU has already been signed between India and Japan on this. And once fully completed, it will cut the travel time to under 3 hours. Remember that the project was started a few months back, and since then we have seen a lot of achievements being achieved by the Ministry of Railways as far as completing this project is concerned. But this picture, somebody is telling us as to how the kind of commitment which was made by Narendra Modi is now going to be fulfilled very soon. And this is the first proposed picture of a bullet train which has been displayed. We have different colors. We can clearly also see the saffron color on the top of the bullet train, which also has the 2 eyes. We can also pinpoint eyes that have been made of a bullet train, which is signifying of how it is somewhere like a bird we have seen in China and also in Japan, where they call bullet trains bird, and which pierces the air and travels fast, and that is what is also going to look like India's first bullet train.
All right, Piyush, thanks so much for bringing us up to speed with the first glimpse of India's very first bullet train there on your screen. All right, she was 31, a beauty pageant winner, a content creator people followed for her confidence and warmth. She had found someone she wanted to build a life with, met him on a dating app, fell in love, got married in December, and just 5 months later, on the night of the 12th of May, Tusha Sharma was gone. Found hanging at her marital home in Bhopal's Katara Hills. A woman who had been laughing on social media just months before, a woman her father had spoken to just about 30 minutes before that very night, and who her brother says was on the phone call with her at 10:05 p.m. right before the call went dead, because we are made to understand that's when her husband Samarth Singh walked into the room. The family says they kept calling back Twisha's number, her husband's number, his mother's number, that's the mother-in-law in this case. No one really picked up. At 10:15, they finally reached the mother-in-law and begged her to go check on Tusha. Minutes later, they were told she was not breathing. Tusha Sharma, former Miss Pune, originally from Noida, dead at 31, less than 5 months after her wedding. Her husband, Samarth Singh, is a lawyer. Her mother-in-law, Giribala Singh, served as a retired district judge. Both are now accused in the dowry death and harassment case. And one of them, the husband that is absconding as we speak. The postmortem at AIIMS Bhopal returned a finding of death due to ante-mortem hanging. But doctors also recorded something that sort of deepened the family's suspicion. Multiple ante-mortem injuries and other parts of the body. What is ante-mortem? Before the death was actually caused. Forensic specialists preserved blood and viscera for toxicology report. Nail clippings were taken to DNA analysis as well. And then came the detail that put the entire investigation under scrutiny. The ligature material, the belt used in the hanging. That was, now information we have, never submitted to the doctors during the postmortem. As per forensic procedure, the hanging material must be given to doctors as they can compare it with the injury marks on the neck. That did not happen. Now, this is not a minor oversight. It is a foundational breach that can permanently compromise what the autopsy could have told us. But the family's account goes far deeper than evidence handling in this case. What is Tusha's family saying? Tusha's brother, Major Harshit Sharma of the Indian Army, says she was subjected to mental and physical torture. He says injury marks on her hands and ears point to assault before her death, and that there was, or perhaps, a pregnancy over there. Reports confirm that Tusha had undergone a medical termination of pregnancy less than a week before she died. Her brother says it was not her choice. He alleges she had wanted to continue the pregnancy but was pressured and coerced into terminating it. Her character was repeatedly questioned. He says her husband and in-laws allegedly claimed that the child was not legitimate. Her message to her mother and some of her friends really tells the story. To her mother, she wrote of being deeply disturbed, of people around her being despicable, the word she used, of constant suspicion. She asked her mother to come and take her away. She said she could not survive in that environment she was in. Look at those chats. To her friend, she said she felt completely trapped, warned her against marriage, said repeatedly that she could not speak freely and that she was being watched, restricted, could not say everything she wanted to say, and said that I'll tell you later. These are not the words of someone going through a rough patch. These are the words of someone living in constant fear. Now, Giribala Singh, that is Tusha's mother-in-law, her husband Samarth's mother, she's a retired judge. She tells a very different story. She claims that Tusha was dependent on drugs, that her hands would tremble without them, and that she was irritable and unable to adjust to married life. The family had produced no response to this allegation just yet, but it is worth noting that if there was a known medical condition, it raises its own question about what duty of care existed even inside the maternal or, the married home. Now, police have registered an FIR at the Katara Hills police station against Samarth Singh and Giribala Singh under charges related to dowry, death and harassment. The case was filed after the family staged protest outside the women's police station, when the police commissioner's office then continued through the night outside, the DCP office. An SIT has since been formed on orders of the Bhopal police commissioner. The family of Tusha had to go and sit and protest even for the FIR to be filed. And now a 6-member team headed by an ACP has been formed. 3 separate raids have been conducted at the accused residence, office and hideouts. And Samarth Singh, the husband here, is nowhere to be found. The court granted anticipatory bail to Giribala Singh. Her son's plea was still pending as of the last hearing. I'm told it's still going on, so we can have a word on it anytime now. But here is what makes this case more than just a family's grief. A relative of Tusha has told reporters that no lawyer in Bhopal is willing to take up the case out of fear of the accused. The family has formally demanded the investigation to be transferred outside of Madhya Pradesh. They say they have faced threats and misconduct during court proceedings as well. Those are Tusha's parents. They protested outside the Chief Minister's residence. They were given assurance of fair action. They are still waiting. The law here, remember, is unambiguous. Dowry, death, abetment to suicide, cruelty by husband or relatives as well. These carry prison sentences of 7 years to life. The provisions exist. The evidence at the moment is being collected. But let's remember, the husband is missing. The husband is missing. A retired judge has bailed. The belt that could have told the truth about how Tusha really died never made it to the autopsy room, and Tusha's family says the entire system is pitted against them. For a woman who reached out to her mother on her last night alive, who asked to be taken home, this is the question that really remains. Was anyone listening? Was anyone listening then? And is anyone truly listening to this family now, even after her death? Listen in to what her husband's, in fact, we'll get to that in a bit. Listen in to what Tusha's parents have to say.
ये हमारी लड़ाई यहाँ के लोकायुक्त जो एमपी के हैं उनके परिवार से, यहाँ पर इस सिस्टम में बैठे हुए उनके ही रिश्तेदार, बहुत सारे रिश्तेदार जो जुडिशरी में बड़ी पोस्ट पर बैठे हैं और मेडिकल ग्राउंड्स में बैठे हुए हैं, मेडिकल फैटर्निटी में बैठे हुए बड़ी पोस्ट पर लोग हैं। ये हम जब से आए हैं तब से हम एक लड़ाई सिस्टम के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं। हमें हर जगह रोका जा रहा है, हमें फोर्स किया जा रहा था कि हम बॉडी को किसी तरीके से ले लें, क्रिमिनेट करें, तरह तरह का हम पर प्रेशर बनाया जा रहा था। हम जब फाइंडिंग्स हम देख रहे हैं वो जो मिसमैच हो रही हैं, बहुत सारी फाइंडिंग्स हैं जो मिसमैच हो रही हैं और क्लैरिटी बिल्कुल नहीं आ रही है। इसके लिए हमें ये पीएम रिपोर्ट रिलीज करने से पहले बोला गया कि ये पीएम रिपोर्ट जो है आपको तब मिलेगी जब आप बॉडी ले लेंगे। हमें तरह तरह से परेशान किया गया कि आप अगर ये बॉडी नहीं लेंगे तो आपको पीएम रिपोर्ट नहीं मिलेगी। हमने कहा हम अगर पीएम रिपोर्ट चाहिए हमें, पहले हम देखेंगे तभी सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलेगा, तभी हम दूसरी बॉडी ले पाएंगे। बोले नहीं नहीं, ये हमारा कानून नहीं कहता है कि पहले आप जो है पीएम रिपोर्ट लीजिए, वो बॉडी लीजिए, उसी के बाद पीएम रिपोर्ट लीजिए। हमने बॉडी नहीं ली, हमने कहा मत दीजिए हमें पीएम रिपोर्ट। हमें जब हमने पीएम रिपोर्ट मिली, उसकी जांच पड़ताल की तो उसमें पता चला कि उसमें बहुत सारी फॉल्ट फाइंडिंग है, उसके अंदर मिसमैच हो रही है सारी डेटा। उनके जो बहुत क्लोज रिलेटिव हैं, लोकायुक्त सत्येंद्र सिंह, उसकी फैमिली से हैं। सत्येंद्र सिंह इस केस को इन्फ्लुएंस कर रहे हैं बहुत अच्छे तरीके से। और भी जुडिशरी में लोग हैं जो ये बेल ऑर्डर, जो बेल आउट ऑर्डर दिया गया, ये एक कानून के ऊपर मजाक है, इतने सख्त कानून के ऊपर कि किस ग्राउंड्स पर बेल आउट ऑर्डर दे दिया गया। वो भी एक इनके ही बहुत क्लोज इन्फ्लुएंस के लोग हैं जिनके थ्रू एक बेल आउट ऑर्डर मिला है। ये पूरा प्रशासन के खिलाफ लड़ाई चल रही है। ये हम अपनी बेटी का न्याय कैसे मिलेगा? हमें यहाँ न्याय की उम्मीद बहुत कम है।
10-15 दिन से ज़्यादा हो रहा था। वो मेंटली टॉर्चर करता था बेटी को, कुछ भी बोलता था, कुछ भी सुनाता था कि तो पढ़ी लिखी नहीं है, तो कुछ नहीं आता तेरे को, तेरी जॉब छूट रही मेरी बेटी की। फरवरी में कंपनी बंद हो गई थी, तो कुछ दिनों के लिए उसका काम नहीं था। तो इसी वजह से तूने क्या पढ़ा है, उठा के बुक्स उसके सामने फेंक रहा है। उसको इतना कर दिया बिल्कुल गंवार है, तू गंवार है बिल्कुल। कुछ भी बोलता था, गाली भी, उसने गाली भी दी है, बीच बीच में उसको गाली भी दी है। जबकि मेरी बेटी इतनी पढ़ी लिखी बेटी, मेरे को इतना कुछ सुना 10-12 दिन से उसके साथ बहुत ज़्यादा हो रहा था। एम्स में भी उन लोगों के लोग बैठे हुए हैं, सब गिरीवाला सिंह के, सब जगह है, उन्हीं का ही राज है यहाँ पर हमको न्याय नहीं मिलेगा। जैसे मेरी बेटी 12 तारीख को ख़त्म हुई है, तो रात को हम लोग वहाँ से आ रहे हैं। वहाँ पर मेरे रिलेटिव से, हमने यहाँ पे भोपाल में रहते, हमने उनको भेजा। फिर वो घर पे भी गए, उनको पुलिस को लेके कि भाई जहाँ पे वो जहाँ पर मारा है वो जगह सील किया जाए। तो वहाँ पर गए तो बोले, गिरीवाला सिंह बोल रही है मेरी बेटी को तो एम्स में छोड़ दिया। फिर वो घर पे आ गई हैं, बोले जल्दी जल्दी चेक कीजिए और जाइए यहाँ से, हमें रेस्ट करना है। तब किसी की बेटी वहाँ पे हॉस्पिटल में पड़ी अकेली लावारिस है, वो उनको रेस्ट करना है।
All right, more updates coming in on that story. We are now told that 10,000 reward has been announced on anybody who can give information on Tusha's husband, Samarth Singh. Search for Samarth Singh is underway in various locations as well, we are told. At this point, remember, he's the husband who is said to be the prime accused in this case, who is on the run. The mother-in-law in this case is out on bail. She's got anticipatory bail over there. Let me cut across to my colleague Ravish Pal Singh, who's been reporting on the story since the very beginning. Ravish, हमें इस समय बताइए, अभी लास्ट हमारी जब बातचीत हुई, आपने कहा एक कोर्ट में चल रहा है केस। अभी पुलिस ने बोला है कि हम अभी अनाउंस कर रहे हैं एक रिवॉर्ड, और कोई भी अगर हमें इन्फॉर्मेशन दे सके समर्थ के अगेंस्ट। क्या कितनी मतलब इन्फ्लुएंशियल फैमिली है कि पुलिस भी ढूंढ नहीं पा रही है, अभी तक ट्रेस नहीं कर पा रही है, फोन के थ्रू, कॉन्टैक्ट ट्रेसिंग के थ्रू कुछ नहीं कर पा रहे हैं कि कहाँ है समर्थ?
बिल्कुल, देखिए सबसे पहले लेटेस्ट अपडेट हम आपको बताते हैं। तो ये डिस्ट्रिक्ट कोर्ट है और यहाँ पे मैं चाहूंगा मेरे कैमरा पर्सन से आपको दिखाएं वो तस्वीर। यहाँ पे जज पल्लवी द्विवेदी का कोर्ट रूम है, जहाँ पे फिलहाल हियरिंग चल रही है समर्थ की बेल एप्लीकेशन पर। और दूसरी तरफ पुलिस जो है उसने 10,000 रुपए का रिवॉर्ड घोषित कर दिया है हर उस इंसान से जो समर्थ के बारे में कोई जानकारी देगा या उसको पकड़ पाएगा। लेकिन इन सब के बीच में जो बार बार एलिगेशन परिवार की तरफ से लग रहे हैं टिशा की, कि जो फैमिली है, जो इन लॉज हैं टिशा के, वो बहुत ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंसिंग हैं। और ऐसे में अस्पताल से लेकर के पुलिस तक में या प्रशासन में हर जगह पे कहीं ना कहीं किसी न किसी लेवल पे उनके जानकार लोग मौजूद हैं। और इसीलिए वो नहीं चाहते कि टिशा केस की इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो या फिर उसका सेकंड पोस्टमार्टम हो वो मध्य प्रदेश में हो। इस बीच में इंडिया टुडे ने आपको बताया था, हमने व्यूअर्स को बताया था कि कैसे जो लिगाइचर होता है जो कि पोस्टमार्टम के समय देना होता है अस्पताल को, वो नहीं दिया गया था पुलिस की तरफ से। तो उस पर भी एसीपी हैं, उन्होंने हमसे बात की है और बताया है कि इस लैब पे भी इन्वेस्टिगेशन में एसआईटी जो है बात करेगी आगे, और अगर इसमें कोई लैप्स पुलिस के आईओ की तरफ से पाया जाएगा तो उसके खिलाफ एक्शन लिया जाएगा। तो कहीं ना कहीं जो आरोप फैमिली की तरफ से लगाए जा रहे थे तुषा की, वो अब सच होते दिख रहे हैं कि कहीं इन्वेस्टिगेशन में कोई लूप होल तो नहीं था। हालांकि पुलिस का कहना है कि पोस्टमार्टम के लिए लिगाइचर का होना या फिर कॉज ऑफ डेथ का पता करना दो अलग अलग चीजें हैं। कॉज ऑफ डेथ जो है वो हैंगिंग से हुई है और इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है, लेकिन ये वही लिगेचर है या नहीं उसकी रिपोर्ट आज शाम तक, आज रात तक आने की उम्मीद जताई जा रही है। लेकिन जो बात आपने कि कितनी बड़ी इन्फ्लुएंसिंग फैमिली है, उससे आप अंदाजा लगा सकते हैं कि 12 तारीख को डेथ होती है और आज 18 तारीख को जो प्राइम अक्यूज है इस पूरे मामले का समर्थ वो अब तक अपस्टैंडिंग है। और पुलिस जो टेक्निकल एविडेंस के नाम पे और तमाम चीजें पुलिस के पास होती है, ग्राउंड स्टाफ उनका होता है, जो उनका सिस्टम होता है पूरा, वो तमाम जो पुलिस की कार्यप्रणाली है वो इस वक्त फेल हो गई है एक ऐसे आरोपी को ढूंढने जो अपनी पत्नी की हत्या के आरोप, डाउरी डेथ के मामले में जो फिलहाल एब्सकॉन्डिंग है।
Well, Ravish, in the times of CCTV cameras, in the times when SIM cards are being tracked, in times when he's not a professional criminal, right? He's not somebody who knows how to abet the law. He's somebody who is said to be a regular person. But in this case, first, running away looks like an admission of crime over here. And second, how weak is the police that they've not been able to track him ever since then? And so let's see what really comes out of this. You're right that it seems like all the fears that Tusha's parents have are actually coming to light. And Tusha Sharma is not an exception, remember. She's part of a pattern that this country has refused to break. Because even as a case shocked the nation, another deeply disturbing story is now emerging. This is from Greater Noida. This girl is Deepika, was married for just about a year and a half. Her life had barely begun. She is now dead after allegedly falling from the roof of her marital home. A death being investigated as a suspected suicide, but one of her family actually who goes on record to say that this is something far darker. They allege she was mentally and physically tortured by her in-laws, subjected to relentless pressure to bring more dowry, more money, more assets. And then the demand that stops you cold. They wanted a Fortuner SUV from a family, that's the allegation. Remember, not love, not patience, not a chance to sort of build something together, a luxury SUV from a daughter-in-law who had allegedly brought into their home already gold worth nearly 50 lakh rupees. There was a vehicle, but it was not a luxury SUV. There was cash, in fact. All of this at the time of marriage, but the allegations again are that the in-laws were not convinced, it was not enough. And let's tell you, you already know this by now, it is never enough. Then there are also the injuries. This was not just a fall, is what we are understanding. Her family says there were deep cuts on her legs, bruises on her face, marks across her torso and even arms. Injuries that raise a question that cannot be ignored. Was Deepika already living under sustained violence before she died? An FIR has been registered under charges of dowry, harassment and abetment to suicide. In a significant development, her husband and father-in-law have been arrested. Justice, it seems, moves a little faster when the bruises are visible and apparently when the in-laws are not politically connected or know a lot of people. But at the end of it, 2 women, 2 cities, 2 families now living with an unbearable absence. Tusha, Deepika. In a country where dowry has been illegal for over 6 decades, where the law promises punishment, prison, accountability, these patterns keep repeating, these warnings keep going unheard, and justice? Too late. It's not just about these 2 cases, is it? It's about every daughter who entered a marriage with hope and every family that is still waiting for someone to listen. Listen just to your daughters.
किस तरीके से ये पूरी घटना हुई है और कब से आपकी बेटी को ये लोग प्रताड़ित कर रहे थे?
देखो, ये मैंने पहले भी बता चुका हूँ मैं, इसमें जो कम से कम 10 महीने हो लिए हैं और 10 महीने पहले से ये लड़की को परेशान कर रहे थे। बाकी कल मैं वहाँ पे गया भी था और वहाँ पे जो उसने मुझे बताई तो मैंने उनसे आपस में बात करके उनसे जो भाई इसे ऐसे मत बढ़ाओ, ज्यादा बात है, तुम उसे दबाने की कोशिश करी कि भाई ऐसा मत करो। तो वहां से मैं जैसे ही घर निकल गया, आधे घंटे बाद मुझे कॉल जाती है, हमारा जो समधी मनोज है उसकी कॉल जाती है कि भाई दीपू जो है वो गिर गई है। तो मैंने उन्हें पूछा कि भाई सीढ़ी से गिर गई है, बाथरूम में गिर गई, कहाँ गिरी है दीपिका जो? तो उन्होंने बताया कि वो छत से गिर गई है। तो जब छत से गिर गई है तो बोले और हम जो है उसे वहां पे लेके जा रहे हैं शारदा हॉस्पिटल में। तो हमने जो मेरा छोटा भाई था, अपने बेटे को और अपने छोटे भाई को और अपनी मिसेज को लेके हम गाड़ी से जैसे ही शारदा पहुंचते हैं तो हमारी बेटी जो वो हमारी बेटी मृत पाई जाती है। इसका ज्यादा बताना
जी बहुत ही दुखद घटना है, लेकिन अभी आगे इंसाफ कैसे मांगेंगे, जहां एक तरफ उस परिवार का भी कहना, जैसा आपने बताया कि छत से गिर करके मौत हुई है, तो आपको लगता है कि छत से
कैसे गिर जाएगी बेटी? किसी तरह प्रताड़ना कर रहे हैं, वो गिरी गई है, कुछ ना कुछ तो होगा। छत से कौन गिर जाएगा? छत से
शरीर पर भी काफी,
शरीर पे इतने चोट के निशान है कि देखो आप। और अभी जो पोस्टमार्टम की रिपोर्ट आती है वो देखो क्या है, उसके पेट में भी चाकू लगा हुआ है, जिसकी वीडियो फोटो है हमारे पास में। सारे शरीर पे उसके नील पड़े हुए हैं।
Now, after watching both these stories, researching on them, reading up details and getting all the facts, I have a slightly controversial take on what's really happening here. So bear with me a little bit. Now, most people watching these visuals of crying parents going from pillar to post for their daughter, from somebody protesting outside the chief minister's house, then others at the court, then just, like in really, really terrible condition. Now, they will ask, where is the system? Where are the cops? Where are the politicians? Fair questions. But tonight, I want to go somewhere closer to home. I want to talk to the parents as well. Because in both these cases, Tusha and Deepika's, there were signs. There were phone calls. There were messages. Daughters were reaching out in the only way they could, saying that something is wrong. Please help. Please come. And the families? Now, I'm sure they did their best that they thought, but they waited, as they often do, thinking, ladki adjust kar legi. Now, I understand that instinct, but I want to challenge it tonight. When your daughter is unhappy, please do not wait. Jump in, go to her. Your instinct as a parent exists for a reason. Trust it. Because the window to act can close faster than any of us want to believe. Sab marriages mein problem hoti hain. This is what the society has told us, right? Our parents also, not knowingly, bol dete hain. And to friends and family, by the way, let's not forget that. Who did get a glimpse? You're not outsiders. If somebody is saying something to you, they're banking on you as a safety net. Help. And also now the harder thing. And I want to say this gently because I know that, no parent sends their daughter into a marriage hoping it goes wrong. Now, the dowry you gave it thinking that it would smoothen her path. कि हमारी society में ऐसे ही चलता है, हमारे यहाँ ऐसा ही होता है. The waiting you did it hoping things would settle. Every instinct, I understand that, parents, it comes from love. But love without action in these situations is not enough. And sometimes the most loving thing a parent can do is make noise. So look closely at who we are talking to about these cases. Tusha's husband is a lawyer. Her mother-in-law is a retired judge. These are not desperate families, remember? Not families who need the money. Not families who needed her to do the job. They are educated people, privileged people who knew exactly what the law says. And they still did it anyway, right? That tells you everything. Dowry harassment is not a problem of ignorance. It is a problem of character. Greed dressed up as tradition. And no amount of money will ever satisfy a family that is morally corrupt at its core. Because this is never about the need. It is always about power. Now the part that should make every parent really pause. Giving dowry is also a crime. Under the Dowry Prohibition Act of 1961, both giving and taking is punishable with a minimum of 5 years in prison, both sides. So when you pack gold worth 50 lakhs into a marriage, hand over a car, cash, and tell yourself, हमारे यहाँ ऐसे ही चलता है, ये तो tradition है, you're not protecting your daughter. You are funding the system that may one day be used against her, and in both these cases it was. This is not tradition. This is not love. This is a transaction, and transactions invite renegotiation. A woman dies every hour in India due to dowry. Every single hour. Over 6,000 dowry deaths in 2022 alone, and those are only the ones that made it into the police report. Behind every number is a family that gave what was asked, then gave more, and still lost their daughter. So please, parents, grandparents, those of boys as well, stand up. Especially those with girls. Believe your child. Do not tell her to adjust to a situation that is breaking her. Because the families doing this do not need your money. They never did. They need to be stopped. And that begins with you refusing to play along. It's a massive red flag if it ever comes up, even if it is right before she goes to the mandap or is about to get married. Silence is not dignity. Silence is what costs lives. And if you want to stop it, it starts with us. Let that sink in. And also take a very quick break. We'll be back on the other side with all the latest on what's happening with the NEET investigation.
Like I said before, we better own the sin.
When the South spoke, she was there. From the rise of Vijay to exclusives that defined the story. When the narrative was questioned, she stood by the numbers.
This seems more of a mandate saying, look, a new person has come in, we need to give him a chance.
From first lead to final verdict, every moment tracked.
South Tamil Nadu, the TVK is ahead at 21.
5 days, non-stop, at the epicenter of action. And when history was made, she was the only one inside. Akshita Nandagopal, the voice of the South, tops the list of journalists with maximum engagement on X. Only on India Today.
The lights were almost ready. pictures in my email. I sent it.
The hype was building.
I don't know what it is of females, but I ain't too good at that shit. To be so heartless, talk, baby, listen.
And fans were preparing for what could have been one of the wildest international music events India had ever seen.
So I got something new to see, and you just gon' keep playing me.
But before the stage could even come alive, the show disappeared again.
I could just leave it wrong, and you can't make it right. I'm gonna take off tonight until
The concert of the rapper Kanye West has been postponed after authorities issued security-related directives. Organizers said that the May 23rd event would not take place following instructions from government and law enforcement agencies, citing safety concerns for fans and the public. Kanye, now known as Ye, was set to make his India debut with Ye Live in India. A one-night-only concert scheduled for 23rd May at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi. As part of his 2026 World Tour, supporting his latest album, Bully. And understandably, the postponement has left fans deeply disappointed, especially because this isn't the first major setback linked to the event.
all day. I know you niggas wild. All day. How much time you spent in the mall? All day. How many did you got on call?
Notably, the concert was originally slated for March 29th, but was earlier pushed to May amid tensions in the Middle East.
राहुल गांधी विपक्ष के नेता के नाते से जो कहना कहें, परंतु धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी ने जो एप्रोप्रिएट एक्शन था, सीबीआई की जांच का आदेश दे दिया, सीबीआई की जांच हो रही है, धरपकड़ हो रही है, और ये भी हो गया कि जो लोग दोषी उनको सख्त से सजा मिलेगी, और ये भी कह दिया कि आने वाले जितने एग्जाम हैं अब के बाद वह कंप्यूटर के माध्यम से होंगे, हार्ड कॉपीज नहीं होंगी।
राहुल गांधी किस मुद्दे पे पीएम को अटैक नहीं करते हैं? हर मुद्दे पे तो पीएम को ही अटैक करते हैं। राहुल गांधी एक बहुत आसान तरीका है प्रधानमंत्री के ऊपर किसी तरीके की बात करना, उनसे सवाल पूछना, जो उनका कर्तव्य रहा है उनकी सरकारों के वक्त से लेकर अब तक नेता प्रतिपक्ष होने के नाते। उन्होंने अगर कोई एक काम किया है तो बताइए।
All right, big news coming in. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Education, Women, Children, Youth and Sports has now summoned Pradeep Kumar Joshi, the chairperson of the National Testing Agency, the NTA, which carried out the NEET examinations, to review and update on the investigation into the NEET UG paper leak of 26. The NTA chairperson, we are told, will appear before the parliamentary panel on the 21st of May. Remember, that's exactly a month before, where the rescheduling on June 21st is when the examination has been rescheduled. The retest has been rescheduled for. Let me cut across to my colleague Piyush for getting us more information on this. Piyush, tell us more about what exactly is to happen in this parliamentary committee.
Well, Parliamentary Committee is going to seek answers from the NTA chairman because he has been summoned on 21st of June, or on 21st of May. It is the day, a month prior to the rescheduling or rescheduling of the examinations of NEET UG. And remember that on 21st of May at 1 p.m., the NTA chairman has to appear. And this meeting is basically about the review of the work those have been done by the NTA. And also this meeting has come amidst the kind of probe, CBI probe, which is going on in the entire case. Remember that there were reports of paper leak, following which the government had to cancel the examination, and retest has already been announced, and on June 21 the retest will take place. But amidst all the developments those are taking place, and also the kind of questions which the government is facing, parliamentary panel has now summoned a person. We'll have to see what is going to happen of that.
So the NTA chairperson now will be giving up his review and his update to the parliamentary panel. Let's see how that goes. It's going to be on the 21st of May, exactly a month before. On that note, we have to wrap up the show. Stay tuned to India Today. Lots more coming up.
আমাদের কমিটমেন্ট ছিল যে গত কয়েক বছরে পশ্চিমবাংলায় মহিলাদের উপরে, মা বোন দিদি এবং শিশু কন্যাদের উপরে যে ধরনের অত্যাচার হয়েছে, স্পেশালি এসসি এসটি এবং মাইনরিটিজ মহিলাদের উপরে যেভাবে অত্যাচার হয়েছে, এই বিষয়ে আরেকটি কমিশন আমরা তৈরি করেছি। আমাদের কমিটমেন্ট ফুলফিল করলাম। এর চেয়ারপারসন করা হয়েছে কলকাতা হাইকোর্টের রিটায়ার্ড জাস্টিস শ্রীমতী সমাপ্তি চ্যাটার্জিকে। তিনি চেয়ারপারসন হয়েছেন মহিলা নির্যাতন সংক্রান্ত বিষয়গুলি দেখার জন্য কমিশনের। সেখানে মেম্বার সেক্রেটারি আমাদের এডিজি র্যাঙ্কের আইপিএস অফিসার আমাদের শ্রীমতী দময়ন্তী সেন, তাকে মেম্বার সেক্রেটারি করা হয়েছেন। মূলত মেম্বার সেক্রেটারিরা আমাদের গভর্নমেন্টের পক্ষে সমস্ত কোঅপারেশন করবেন এবং নেতৃত্ব দেবেন।
पतियों की फितरत।
Meanwhile, the second day saw slight growth, with the comedy entertainer collecting 5.75 crore. The film further climbed on day 3. Moreover, the Mudassar Aziz movie has also managed to pull decent numbers overseas. As on day 3 alone, it earned an estimated 1.25 crore in the international markets, taking the total overseas gross collection to approximately 3.25 crore.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Co-powered by the new Taigun. Welcome to driving.
Horrifying footage on your screens that came in from an elephant camp in Karnataka's Kodagu, very popular among tourists as a bathing site for domesticated elephants. Guess what happened? 2 elephants suddenly started fighting it out, and what you see in their midst is a woman who was crushed by one of the elephants falling upon her. This 33-year-old tourist hailing from Tamil Nadu passed away after she was trampled to death. Her family tried hard to pull her out, but with those 2 elephants going at each other, fighting it out in the waters, it was simply impossible to rescue her. Once again, proving to us that when it comes to wildlife, you simply cannot take anything for granted. Horrifying footage that. Good evening. Hello and welcome. You're watching Super 6 here on India Today. I'm Akshita Nantagopalo. The next 1 hour, we'll be getting you all the big stories coming in from southern India. So what do we have lined up for you on the show today? First, of course, the big headline that came in from Kerala. You had V.D. Satishan taking oath as the Chief Minister. A big show of strength by the Congress, but guess who's missing? Chief Minister Vijay. An invite had gone out to him, but he chose not to be there. We're going to decode for you why. It's very interesting also to note how the TVK at exactly the same time seems to be expanding its footprint. That's our top focus here on Super 6. But also coming up on the show at 6:30 this evening, over the weekend, a very interesting headline emerged from Andhra Pradesh of Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu announcing that if a couple have a 3rd child, they'll get 30,000 rupees from the government. If they have a 4th child, 40,000 rupees. Is this the need of the hour considering falling fertility rates, or is this a measure that could go against so many women in rural parts of Andhra Pradesh? We're going to be talking about that at 6:30 this evening. So lots lined up for you. Let's begin first with the headlines. Nation fumes, demands justice for Tusha. Hunt on to nab missing husband. Madhya Pradesh police announce a reward of 10,000 rupees. Tusha's parents allege belt used to hang wasn't handed over to the doctors who conducted the post-mortem. And that's not the only incident. Another dead due to dowry harassment. 24-year-old Deepika jumps off a roof of a Greater Noida apartment. Kin allege Deepika was harassed, physically assaulted for dowry. Cops arrest accused husband and father-in-law. V.D. Satishan takes oath as Kerala Chief Minister in Thiruvananthapuram. 20 other MLAs also sworn in as cabinet ministers. Congress bigwigs attend oath event. Rahul Priyanka share stage with VDS. Kharge, Siddaramaiah, D.K. Shivkumar, Revant Reddy also attend. Let's get you the latest on NEET. CBI gets custody of another accused, Shivraj. Video of leaked paper found in his phone. CBI claims some National Testing Agency officials had links with the accused. Parliamentary panel on education summons NTA chief. India Today accesses first image of India's bullet train scheduled to run between Ahmedabad and Mumbai. The project is scheduled for launch on August 15th, 2027. And Prime Minister Modi holds bilateral talks with Norway Prime Minister. Trade, tech and fight against terror discussed in meet. Prime Minister Modi once again bats for peace in West Asia during his meet with the Norwegian Prime Minister. Let's begin with breaking inputs that's coming in on Prime Minister Modi's visit to Norway. He's in Oslo currently after a warm welcome from the Indian diaspora. Also met with the Norwegian Prime Minister. But let's get you the latest update of Norway conferring its highest honor, the Grand Cross of the Royal Norwegian Order of Merit on Prime Minister Modi. So another honor for the Prime Minister during this five-nation tour. Similarly, Sweden too had honored and bestowed an honor upon him. Now in Oslo, Norway has conferred its highest honor. It's called the Grand Cross of the Royal Norwegian Order of Merit. That is the moment that particular Grand Cross was handed over to Prime Minister Modi. What's the significance of this? It's the highest grade of the Royal Norwegian Order of Merit. And so what this means, since we've seen what happened in Sweden 24 hours ago and now in Oslo, this is the 32nd such global honor for Prime Minister Modi. We've seen a string of such honors from different countries being bestowed upon the Prime Minister. Yesterday, Prime Minister Modi received Sweden's prestigious award, the Royal Order of Polar Star. And now, right after that, in Norway too, he's been bestowed with this honor. And so we're getting you these images of the moment when he received that Grand Cross. Those are the images on your screens. They're from Oslo in Norway, where you've got the Prime Minister receiving that order from dignitaries. This is Norway's highest honor. It's called the Grand Cross of the Royal Norwegian Order of Merit. And this has been bestowed on Prime Minister Modi. Like I said, he's got a whole string of these 32 of them. This is the 32nd such honor that's been bestowed on Prime Minister Modi. And just about 24 hours ago, you had Sweden also conferring its highest honor on Prime Minister Modi. So this visit, this five-nation tour that the Prime Minister has embarked on, already seeing so many highs, so many headlines of personal friendships as well, even in Norway. Let's quickly get you an update also that's coming in the Tusha death case, an alleged dowry harassment case where the husband has been missing and absconding for the last many days. His anticipatory bail plea has been rejected by courts. A huge setback for the accused here. The accused husband, Samarth Singh, has been missing, absconding. The cops have been looking out for him. Remember that he comes from a very influential family of a former judge. And now all attempts to seek any protection from the law have been dismissed. His anticipatory bail plea has been rejected. So it could only be a matter of time before he surrenders before the cops. The cops so far have been unable to find him. So one step closer to justice for Tusha, as the family members have maintained that she took her own life as a result of dowry harassment. That is the allegation that they've leveled in this particular case, which is why the husband's role here has been questioned repeatedly. And considering that he's not cooperated with the investigation, choosing to remain MIA, absconding through the last few days since the case has come to light, it really tells you why there's a need for the cops to crack down and take him into custody. He is a lawyer himself. Like I said, a very influential family involved here. He is a lawyer himself and therefore had immediately pushed the court for bail. Anticipatory bail is what he was seeking, fearing he would be taken into custody. That request, that petition has been shot down. Not surprising, considering that this is now a dowry harassment case that the cops are investigating. So in such cases, usually it is the norm not to grant anticipatory bail and to ensure that the family, in all the in-laws, cooperate with the investigation, which they haven't done so far. Ravish Pal is joining us with more details on this. Ravish, a big setback for the family, therefore the in-laws, and one step closer perhaps to justice for Tusha. Are we expecting the husband Samarth Singh now to go ahead and surrender?
देखिए, ये तो देखने वाली बात होगी कि वो सरेंडर करता है या फिर पुलिस उसे अरेस्ट करती है। लेकिन अभी के लिए इतना जरूर कहा जा सकता है कि एक तरफ जहां 2 दिन पहले जो सास है तुषा की, उनको बेल मिल जाती है, तो वही 2 दिन बाद ही एक झटका भी मिल जाता है, क्योंकि उनके अपने बेटे तुषा के पति की जो है बेल एप्लीकेशन खारिज हो जाती है। ये एंटीसिपेटरी बेल थी, क्योंकि जो अक्यूज्ड है समर्थ, वो अभी तक एब्सकॉन्डिंग है, पुलिस की अरेस्ट में नहीं है वो, और अलग अलग टीम जो है पुलिस की वो उसको डिटेन करने के लिए अभी इस वक्त छापेमार कार्रवाई भी कर रही है। लेकिन इन सब के बीच में क्योंकि वो लगातार अब्सकॉन्डिंग है, तो एंटीसिपेटरी बेल की तरफ से उनके जो एडवोकेट है उन्होंने ये आज कोर्ट में याचिका लगाई थी और इस पर सुनवाई करते हुए वही जज पल्लवी द्विवेदी जिन्होंने 2 दिन पहले ट्विशा की मदर इन लॉ गिरिबाला सिंह को बेल दी थी, उन्होंने आज उनके बेटे समर्थ सिंह की बेल को खारिज कर दिया है।
Okay, interesting. Thanks, Ravesh, for getting us those details. We've seen the first day, first show blockbuster debut of Vijay in Tamil Nadu. Old news now, since he's been the chief minister of the state for a week. But is Vijay already eyeing his next electoral mission? I'm talking about Kerala, where Vijay was supposed to attend V.D. Satishan's swearing-in ceremony. He kept everyone guessing till the very end, until finally it was confirmed a Talapati no-show in Kerala. But why, you ask? He had commitments, yes. There was a concern over crowd control, yes. But we simply cannot ignore the fact that in the last 48 hours, Kerala has seen a lot of TVK activity. What am I talking about? In Palakkad, in Wayanad, in Thrissur, Vijay fan associations have been expanding their base, focusing on bringing in more people, becoming more active. And they're all donning the TVK colours. This, mind you, is exactly how Vijay started off his political dream in Tamil Nadu too. So is Vijay harbouring a Keralam dream next? Is 2031 going to see a UDF versus LDF versus TVK or KVK? I don't know. That kind of a battle. All we can say is on the day Keralam has gotten a new government and a new chief minister, another political journey seems to be slowly taking root in the state.
This isn't Tamil Nadu. It's neighboring Kerala. Vijay's superstardom in the last few decades hasn't been reserved to Tamil Nadu alone. He's huge in Kerala too. And so after Tamil Nadu, is it Mission Keralam for Vijay? Vijay's absence at the Congress's show of strength in Keralam has set off tongues wagging. And while the reason cited by the CMO highlighted security challenges due to a crowd swell if Vijay attends, we can't help but ask, is there more here than what meets the eye? Vijay's decision to skip the event comes barely 24 hours after a massive expansion drive by his party in parts of Kerala. The Vijay Fan Association is on an overdrive in Palakkad. And then in Wayanad and Thrissur.
പാർട്ടിക്ക് വേണ്ടി എന്നാലാവുന്നത് ചെയ്യാൻ ഞാനുണ്ടാവും എന്നോർക്കുന്നു. ചാർജ് എടുത്ത ശേഷം ഫസ്റ്റ് ഡേ തൊട്ട് എന്താണ് ചെയ്യുന്നതെന്നുള്ളത് നമുക്ക് നേരിട്ട് മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ ഇപ്പം മലയാളികളായും അറിയാം, എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം. അപ്പോൾ ആ ഒരു ഇത് സംരംഭം കേരളത്തിൽ കൊണ്ടുവരണം എന്നുള്ള ഒരു കാര്യം തൃശ്ശൂർ സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ചെയ്തത് ഒരുപാട് സന്തോഷമുണ്ട്.
This, mind you, is exactly how Vijay set up his base in Tamil Nadu first, and seems to be now engaging the same strategy. Vijay starts off on a strong footing. Even in his rallies in Tamil Nadu, fans visited from Kerala just to watch a glimpse of their favorite superstar.
கேரளால தளபதிக்கு இப்படி சொல்றதுக்காக வந்திருக்கேன். கேரளா எங்கிருந்து வந்து? பாலக்காடு. விஜய் ஃபேன்ஸ் ആണ്. ചെറുപ്പം മുതൽ വിജയ് പറഞ്ഞ ഭയങ്കര ഇഷ്ടമാണ്.
So do you wish he contested in Kerala? ഇങ്ങെല്ലാം അങ്ങ്
അവിടെ ഒന്ന് സൂപ്പർ ആയില്ലേ? നിറയെ ഫാൻസ് ഉണ്ട് അവിടെ. ഇവിടത്തെ കഴിഞ്ഞ് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അടുത്ത 5 വർഷത്തിനുള്ളിൽ കണ്ടിപ്പാ വിജയനെ അവിടേക്ക് വരുന്നു.
Vijay seems to have set his eyes on Kerala next, and the TVK is counting on the next 5 years to pull off a Tamil Nadu stunner in Kerala. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, there's a reason perhaps Vijay is looking to Kerala. He sees a lot of similarities in the political vacuum that he saw in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala too. It's a long battle. It's not something that's going to kick off immediately because you've just had an election. And so while this election, Tamil Nadu was the focus, maybe next could be Kerala. 2031 is what I'm talking about. But what were the similarities that I was referring to? Why is Vijay eyeing Kerala? He has a cult fan base in the state. Huge, huge star there too. His superstardom wasn't limited to Tamil Nadu. It was very much in Kerala as well. So he will look to exploit that as he has in Tamil Nadu. But besides that, there are several similarities as well. What we're already seeing is that there is a fan association that's available for Vijay to exploit and therefore expand that into a TVK base, which is what's happening, which is what's happened in Palakkad, in Wayanad, in Thrissur as well. He can also go ahead and build on the momentum, the victory in Tamil Nadu, kind of show his performance as the chief minister as an example to the people of Kerala, for which of course he needs to ensure he delivers a good report card. Has 5 years now to strengthen his support base. So he doesn't need to immediately ensure action like in Tamil Nadu where he had 2 years. He has 5 years here to slowly ramp things up in Kerala. Aims to also build cadre before the next election, and that will mean expanding how going ahead and reaching out to people, having those fan associations convert into party units, booth level workers, etc., like he did in Tamil Nadu. As we get you a sense really of the similarities, like I said, there's also that vacuum. If it was the DMK and AIADMK that dominated the political scenario in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala is the UDF and the LDF. So that similarity also is something that Vijay will be looking at. Let me bring in our reporters. Pramod Madhav is joining me live from Chennai. We've got Shibimol joining us from Thiruvananthapuram. There's a whole lot of buzz. And Pramod, I'll begin with you. It can't be a coincidence, can it, that you've got in 48 hours the TVK working overtime in Kerala to kind of expand their base, and at the same time Chief Minister Vijay saying he's not going to attend that particular event. Of course, several official reasons have been cited, which very much holds. But is there also a reasoning here that Vijay simply didn't want to be on that stage because he could be eyeing Kerala next?
Well, Akshita, there are like multiple undercurrents over there, and I am pretty sure TVK is not going to be happy with the way we are bringing this narrative, because yes, there are quite a lot of possibilities, because understand that the same way which CM Vijay is as famous in the state of Tamil Nadu, he's as that equally famous in Kerala as well. There are absolutely mad fans over there, crazy about him, and yes, just like you mentioned, the kind of like initiative to go ahead and convert their fan base into a party carership also has started over there. But in the state of Tamil Nadu and the state of Kerala, both have different dynamics. Both have different geography, politics, and a lot of things as well. However, which CM Vijay was able to turn to be a winner in the state of Tamil Nadu against her, like even though he carries the Dravidian politics itself, he turned out to be a winner against two major Dravidian parties over here. But in the state of Kerala, he's much closer to UDF over there, because Congress wants to be very close to Vijay. I iterate, Congress wants to be very close to Vijay, and that also is reflecting over there. But the reasons that was given to us for Vijay not participating in this event is that the open reason was administrative issues over here, the political issues that he needs to take care of in the state of Tamil Nadu. And the third one is about the security that could have turned out to be a huge havoc or nightmare over there had Vijay gone over there. So those things were the direct kind of like, reasons that were given. But also a political reason was also given that it could actually, kind of irritate certain major parties in the state, in the country. And Vijay, at present, the Chief Minister, did not want any of that kind of...
No, what are you talking about, Pramod? Which parties? What messaging?
I would simply say perhaps, Shibi would give more clarity to this particular question.
Okay, he's throwing the ball in your court.
The important aspect is that, like...
Shibi, he's putting it on you to explain that further to us. So go ahead. Please describe to me what he means when he says some political parties may be upset.
Well, I am not able to understand what he's trying to say. Maybe that, Vijay's government was formed with the support of not just Congress, but also the left MLAs also there. Both CPIM and CPI extended support, though not part of the government. So, there was a meme that said that, Vijay cannot choose LDF and UDF. The moment one of them decides to back off from extending their support, his government will fall. So, I think that's what Pramod is trying to say. He can't choose sides when it comes to Kerala. He needs both CPIM and Congress to run his government in Tamil Nadu.
But Shibi, give us a sense of what's happening right now. Is the TVK, I don't know if their name will remain TVK in Kerala because that's a Tamaraga Vetri Karagam, but is the TVK actually actively looking at ramping up support in the state? What's happening?
We've seen in some areas, especially in areas like Thiruvananthapuram, Palakkad, Thrissur, these are areas where he has very huge fan following. So there we have seen his fans association slowly starting, getting active on ground, trying to, woo people, saying that, become a part of it. And the magic that Vijay created in Tamil Nadu with TVK has definitely caught the attention of people in Kerala, especially his fans. That is true. But, when you look at a larger picture, I'm not underestimating TVK's presence in Kerala, but Keralites treat film stars mostly as film stars, politics as a very different game. So that way, I don't know, because in Tamil Nadu we have a history of MGR and Jayalalitha and all of those legendary people. But in Kerala, that's not the case. Our political legends have always been actively associated with politics itself. We've not seen film stars becoming very successful in politics. Many of them have lost elections also. We will not see a Mohanlal or Mammootty venturing into politics in Kerala at all, because that's not the kind of politics that exists in Kerala. But like I said, after Mohanlal or along with Mohanlal, if there's an actor that is loved so much, that has huge fan following, a crazy fan following, I'm not excluding Mammootty in this case, but I'm saying a crazy fan following, that's always Vijay. It's always been Mohanlal, Vijay, and also Allu Arjun enjoyed a huge popularity in Kerala. But I still doubt how much can they convert it into votes, because Vijay fans, hardcore Vijay fans will also be part of a Congress or a BJP or a CPIM also in Kerala. There might be members, there might be people with membership in these parties also. So
no, and you're right. Tamil Nadu and Kerala, completely different ball game. And I think in the course of our coverage, we've constantly highlighted how polar opposites they are when it comes to politics and really their choices in political leaders as well. You've had multiple instances of actors, superstars turning into successful politicians in Tamil Nadu. In Kerala, I can maybe name 2 or 3, and none of them were superstars. They were just actors who continued also into politics. But thank you very much, Shibi and Pramod, for joining us with those details. Interesting times coming up ahead in Kerala as well. Let me open this up. Joining us on this broadcast, we've got political analyst Sumansi Raman, as well as Anand Kochukudi, journalist and columnist. Anand, I'd like to begin with you. What do you make of all of these suggestions that the TVK could be looking at Kerala next, could be eyeing Kerala next? Is there actually a possibility that Vijay, if 5 years from now chooses to contest at a Kerala, he could have a similar impact?
Well, I don't think so. The thing is, for a political party, it needs a face. And Vijay can't be the Chief Minister of Kerala as well as Tamil Nadu unless something very drastic happens. I mean, it can't be there can't be a union of Tamil Nadu and Kerala as Dravida Nadu, as some crazy people keep saying. But Vijay, in his experiment to build the party across the country or maybe across South India, he might be venturing into states like Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and Karnataka, where he has a fan following, so that he can at least be an ally of the Congress or the UDF or the LDF. Whichever party is in power. In Karnataka and in Telangana, the Congress is in power. So is now the Congress in Kerala. So the Congress being a smaller ally of the TVK in Tamil Nadu, he can do that in Kerala by being a smaller ally of Congress. See, there's this example of the 2020 party, which was allied to the BJP. They got 20 seats. The problem was that they first approached, Sabu Jacob first approached Shashi Tharoor to be their face. They even held talks with Shashi Tharoor. I don't know how many of you know. Rajdeep certainly knows. So Shashi Tharoor eventually turned on after patching up with the High Command and Rahul Gandhi. And so they did not have a face in Kerala. So if they don't have a face, Vijay can't be, it's just like Narendra Modi can't be the Chief Minister of West Bengal or any other state which goes to polls. He is the Prime Minister of India. So Vijay, if he is the Chief Minister of
Tamil Nadu... No, I get that. The question, however, and Sumansi Raman, I'd like to bring you in on this, is whether Vijay will be limited to Tamil Nadu, or do you see him being very politically ambitious in the coming years and look to expand? And if he looks to expand, is Kerala the obvious choice then?
Okay, Akshita, first of all, it cannot be TVK, it has to be KVK.
Yeah, I don't know what it will be called. MVK maybe, I don't know.
Okay, so whatever. So first they need a name change. Second, I don't think Keralites are as starstruck as people in Tamil Nadu. I know that they really adore their stars like Mohanlal or Mammootty and so on, but that does not necessarily translate into supporting them in politics, and which is why the two biggest superstars of Malayalam cinema have not ventured directly into politics for that reason. Perhaps they know they see the writing on the wall. So I'm not too sure. Having said that, he has a large fan following in Kerala, particularly in border areas like Palakkad and of course Trivandrum in the south and so on. So how is he going to use this going forward? See, now Kerala has got a new government, it's got a new chief minister. A lot of hopes and expectations are there. How is the new chief minister going to perform? And also, will the left continue to decline as it has across the country, or will they be able to mount a challenge?
Yeah.
We don't know. The left could, at some stage become an AIADMK equivalent of Kerala.
But that's exactly my point. There are similarities here. There are similarities to the Tamil Nadu story and the Keralam story, Anand, going forward. What Mr. Sumansi Raman has highlighted here about the AIADMK and the left, about the UDF coming and storming to power right now, or the fact that there are two parties that have ruled the roost in politics, DMK, AIADMK in Tamil Nadu, UDF, LDF in Keralam. All of that seems ripe and a situation where you can throw in a new face, throw in a new player. Sure, superstars haven't really played around in Keralam politics, but maybe that's why we don't know, because Keralam has never had that kind of an experience.
See, again, the point comes back to who will become the face. I mean, Vijay can't be the face and also govern the state. So
no, but I think, he can. Let me give you a scenario here. For the BJP, for example, it is on Prime Minister Modi's faces on the ticket. And then they go ahead and nominate someone else to be the chief minister. It could be a similar scenario then, Anand, where Vijay is on the ticket, but then ultimately it is someone else from the TVK, KVK, MVK, whatever it will be called, who will be the face then after.
Exactly. So they have to get somebody who is rooted in Kerala, somebody who has a fan following in Kerala as their Kerala face. So it's just like Arvind Kejriwal cannot be, be in power in Punjab. So in Kerala, they'll need somebody like a Shashi Tharoor, or somebody who can gather a lot of people in the state, and then the added weight of Vijay. Heraldic, carrying the party. So it has to be a combined thing. They have to have a Kerala leader, Kerala organization. Now the districts that you took name of, Thiruvananthapuram, Palakkad, they all have sizable Tamil populations. So it may not be a pan-Kerala thing. Vijay's popularity in Kerala, of course, is there. Among the youth, he has a huge fan following. I remember the 2018 film Sarkar, which has some similarities with how TVK1 came to power in Tamil Nadu this time. So that had a huge, it ran for many days, and it had many fan shows in 2018, Sarkar. And people are still talking about Sarkar. But I don't see that kind of a Aam Aadmi Party, or that, any comparison would be difficult with TVK forming a similar, kind of having a similar
but
kind
here's
of thing
the difference.
in Kerala.
Mr. Sumansi Raman, if in Tamil Nadu, he had about 2 years to bring forth his party, to set up base, do all of that. Here in Kerala, if he chooses to do this and slow and steady, he has 5 years. He has 5 years to set up, decide a narrative, create the kind of positioning and the ground presence that he needs. Kerala, yes, ultimately, if he enters, will be much more challenging than a Tamil Nadu for him.
But Akshita, you've also got to realize that he's got to deliver in Tamil Nadu first.
Agreed. Yeah.
If he doesn't do well in Tamil Nadu over the next 2-3 years, then this is a non-starter. So obviously there are big assumptions being made, and the biggest assumption of them all is that he will provide a good governance in Tamil Nadu. And at this point of time, we don't know that at all. So I think that we are jumping the gun. Yes, potentially there is popularity there, and whether that popularity could be used for political purposes is something that is completely up in the air. And the least that we should do is give the Vijay government or the TVK government in Tamil Nadu at least 1.5 to 2 years before we can even take a call on whether there are prospects in Kerala, or whether the prospects in Tamil Nadu could dim out. So that itself is something we don't know.
I would have said 6 months. You know, I'd have said give him 6 months to prove himself, not really 1.5 years. But sure, Mr. Subhadsi Raman and Anand, thank you very much for your time, for joining us here on India Today. We'll wait and see. Look, it's just kicked off. You've got a new government in Kerala with V.D. Satishan in charge. But the fact that Vijay wasn't there, there are a number of factors. There's no doubt about it. One of them being that it would have led to huge crowd surges, to huge issues. And by those issues, I'm also referring to the fact that you would have had huge fans gathering there, and so the spotlight taken away from V.D. Satishan. Nobody's discounting any of that. But having said that, the fact that you're seeing TVK slowly building its presence in Kerala has led to all of these questions. Superstars in politics, new in Kerala, not so new in Tamil Nadu, or for that matter in Telugu politics as well. And over the weekend, there are 3 superstars who have spoken out on Vijay: Kamal Haasan, Rajnikant and Pawan Kalyan. 3 superstars who all attempted to do what a Vijay didn't manage to, not in that kind of scale. At least if you look at Pawan Kalyan, yes, he tasted electoral success, but was it in the manner that Vijay did? Not really. Kamal Haasan, of course, is a Rajya Sabha MP, tried very hard to do what Vijay didn't manage to, met him over the weekend. Rajnikant, unfortunately, had to clear the air about Vijay becoming the chief minister and why he didn't comment, saying, I'm not jealous of Vijay because I'm not in politics. But here's the tale of 3 superstars who tried but didn't manage to be Vijay.
When superstars enter politics, fan frenzy often turns into a massive challenge for the administration. Stardom brings crowds, emotion and unmatched public energy. But among those megastars who considered stepping into politics, only one managed to rise all the way to the Chief Minister's chair. The man is C. Joseph Vijay.
C. Joseph Vijay enum naan.
So what separated Vijay from the rest? What did the others miss? When we compare Talaivar and Talapati, the biggest difference was clarity and commitment. Rajnikant delayed his political plunge for years and eventually backed out ahead of the Tamil Nadu elections in 2021. Vijay, on the other hand, launched his political party early and began groundwork well before the polls. While Rajni's political ideology often remained unclear, Vijay directly positioned himself against both DMK and AIADMK. Rumours of rivalry between the 2 superstars frequently surfaced, but Rajnikant himself dismissed all such speculations.
நான் அரசியல் இல்லை அரசியல் நான் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லி விலகி ஆச்சு அரசியல் நான் இல்லாத போது அவர் மேலே எனக்கு ஏன் பொறாமை ஒருவேளை கமல்ஹாசன் ஏதாவது முதலமைச்சர் தான் எனக்கு பொறாமை வந்திருக்குமோ என்னமோ தெரியாது எனக்கும் விஜயருக்கு ஒரு ஜெனரேஷன் கேப் கிட்டத்தட்ட 25 years டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் நான் முதலையே சொல்லியிருக்கேன் நான் விஜயை நான் இதை கம்பேர் பண்ணிக்கிட்டால் அது எனக்கு நல்லதில்லை கெட்ட பேர் விஜய் என்னை பற்றி கம்பேர் பண்ணிட்டா அவருக்கு நல்லதில்லை சின்ன வயசுலேருந்து அவர் பார்த்துட்ருக்காரு அவர் சிஎம் ஆனதில் எனக்கு என்ன பொறாமை.
Compared with Kamal Haasan too, Vijay appeared one step ahead. Haasan attempted to balance cinema and politics. Vijay, however, made his priorities clear from day one. Talapati had already stepped away from films and put politics first. During campaigns, Kamal Haasan had hinted that Vijay too might struggle to manage both worlds. But now, after Vijay's political rise in Tamil Nadu, Haasan says newcomers should neither be underestimated nor overestimated.
அதனால நான் ஒரு இடம் போதுங்கிற சொல்ற அறிவு எனக்கு அப்ப இருந்தது அது எப்பவுமே இருக்கணுங்கிறது என்னுடைய அறிவுரை யார் வந்தாலும் ஒரு தொகுதி வாக்காளருக்கு துரோகம் செய்யறது தானே அது அப்ப நீ யார் அதுக்கு முன்னாடி யாரோ பெரிய தலைவர் அப்படி பண்ணிருக்காங்க நார்த் இந்தியால அவருக்கும் சேர்த்து சொல்றேன் அது புரியுதுங்களா கட்சி பேதமற்று சொல்லுகிறேன் நான் இங்கேயும் ஒரு கால் அங்க ஒரு கால்னு வைக்கிறது எப்படி? யார் பார்த்துக்குவாங்க? அதனால புதியவர்கள்ங்கிறது புதுசு கிடையாது. அரசியல் சுதந்திரம் இந்தியா கிடைச்ச போது எல்லாருமே புதிய மினிஸ்டர்ஸ் தான். அதனால புதியவர்களை நம்ம கம்மியாகவும் இடப்பட வேண்டாம், ரொம்பவும் எதிர்பார்க்கக்கூடாது. என்ன நடக்குமோங்கிறத பார்த்துக்கிட்டு நீங்க தானே ஓட்டு போட்டீங்க, நீங்க தான் அது நல்லபடியா நடக்குதாங்கிறது நீங்க தான் கவனிக்கணும், நாங்களும் கண்காணிக்கணும்.
Pawan Kalyan too entered politics with dreams of becoming chief minister, but electoral struggles forced him to join alliances for political survival.
మన ముఖ్యంగా మొన్న తమిళనాడు ఎలక్షన్స్ వచ్చి ఆయన ముఖ్యమంత్రిగా నన్ను చంపేస్తారు అందరం. దాని పరిస్థితులు వేరు, మన పరిస్థితులు వేరు. అంటే ఎందుకు చెప్తా అంటే దాని పరిస్థితులు వేరు, మన పరిస్థితులు వేరు.
What others hesitated to do, Vijay did with confidence and conviction. He came, he saw, and he conquered. With Simran Sarowa, Bureau Report, India Today.
So over 7 days now in office, what has Chief Minister Vijay been up to? Well, with his ministers, his cabinet now being assigned portfolios, we got images today of him welcoming Sengotian as well as his other close aide, Bussi Anand. Remember, Sengotian has been given the crucial finance portfolio, a nod to his seniority, and for Bussi Anand, who is the MLA of T Nagar, the rural development portfolio. And so Chief Minister Vijay was seen personally welcoming them into their offices. And let's get you more breaking news coming in. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Vijay has now announced the renovation of Amma canteens in Tamil Nadu. An initiative, of course, that was launched by Jai Lalita. Amma canteens provides food at subsidized rates in Tamil Nadu. But there have been complaints that the canteens no longer provide the same kind of quality that they used to, and that's why Chief Minister Vijay, in this 1 week, one of the announcements he's made now is that over 600 canteens will be renovated, will be refurbished to once again provide the quality food that it was known for during Jayalalitha's rule. But here's what's interesting. You know, at a time when in most states you will see a lot of politics over this, you see these canteens being renamed. Chief Minister Vijay has chosen to continue let it run as Amma canteens, much like, of course, what the DMK also had done. And this time around, he's focusing on changing it up, on refurbishing it. Over 600 canteens will get changes. Moving on to Andhra Pradesh, where Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu says rising incomes are pushing many couples towards having just one child. So in response, what has this government done? They've announced incentives, a whopping 30,000 for the birth of a third child in a family, 40,000 rupees for the fourth child. And this has divided India. I'll talk about the debate in just a bit, but first, listen in to what the Andhra Chief Minister said.
నేను ఇంకొక నిర్ణయం కూడా చేసుకొని నెలలో వస్తున్నా మీ దగ్గరికి. మూడో చైల్డ్కి 30,000 రూపాయలు పుట్టిన వెంటనే ఇస్తాం. 4వ చైల్డ్కి 40,000 రూపాయలు ఇస్తాం.
Not the first time, really, that Chief Minister Naidu has advocated for larger families. But there's a reason that he's now taking it a step further, talking about incentives now. The world is in turmoil, the economy is a mess everywhere, and so families are hesitating to become bigger. Globally, inflation continues to remain elevated. In India, too, inflation is currently around 3.48%. The Indian rupee has hit a fresh record low of 96.34 against the US dollar, under pressure, of course, from various factors. Despite RBI intervention near the 96.20 level, the rupee remained weak amid sustained market pressure. So Naidu connects the two, that inflation is forcing families to rethink financial planning and therefore smaller families. But another major factor is demography change. The world is witnessing a steady decline in young population. Estimates suggest that by 2047, nearly 23% of India's population could be about 60 years of age. And so India's fertility rate has also fallen sharply over time. From 6.2 births per woman in 1950, it dropped to 5.6 in 1970 and has declined rapidly since the 2000s. So what you see right now is data as of 2024. It's at 1.9 births per woman. The disparity is also evident across states. Sikkim records the lowest fertility rate at 1.1. Bihar, highest at 3.2. You'll also see a distinction between the north and south. Andhra Pradesh, since the chief minister has been focusing on changes there, the fertility rate stands at 1.7. So it ranks 5th in the list of lowest fertility rate. But beyond fertility rates also lies another political concern: delimitation. Southern states fear reduced representation in parliament. For instance, Tamil Nadu's Lok Sabha seats could drop from 39 to 31, a loss of 8 seats if you go by population. Kerala may fall from 20 to 12. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana combined could see a reduction. Karnataka too may see a marginal dip. Northern states are expected to gain significantly. But let's talk about what the centre has said in response to these numbers. The centre has countered these concerns. And remember, this is what states' oppositions have said. But if you look at what the centre has said, they've said that we expand the Lok Sabha to 816 seats. And so under this model, southern state seats would rise from 129 to 195. And so therefore, the 24% representation will stay. Andhra Pradesh, therefore, will be at about 38. But in a country that's already overpopulated, and here's the flip, we're talking of delimitation, we talk of fertility rates, yes, but in a country that is very much overpopulated, especially when you compare to other countries around the world, in a country where women already are treated as baby-making machines, especially in rural pockets, could Naidu's move backfire, or is this the need of the hour? We leave it to you to decide. I'm slipping into a short break here on Super 6. We'll be right back.
Like a dream come true, you make me rise with you. In the sky of our own, feels like gravity is gone.
Feels like summer. Monte Carlo, it's the way you make me feel.
Every story finds a place. Every voice gets a platform. Every side has its say. Your channel for every headline. Prime Team on India Today, India's only democratic newsroom. Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Welcome back. The Indian Premier League is coming to its final stage of this edition, but unlike all of the 18 editions in the past, the absence of MS Dhoni on the cricket field has been a striking anomaly. Dhoni, who's been struggling with injuries over the last couple of years, is yet to play a match this season. But cricket fans remember that Dhoni's always wanted to finish his IPL career at the Chepauk. Today happens to be the last home game for CSK this year. And so the buzz yet again is about the 5-time winning IPL captain.
I've always planned my cricket. You know, my last game that I played was in Ranchi. The ODI version, the last home game, was at my hometown in Ranchi. So hopefully my last T20, it will be in Chennai. Whether it's next year or in 5 years' time, we don't really know.
So we're going to know in just about an hour from now whether MS Dhoni will be playing or not. But from Talapati to Tala in Tamil Nadu, from the Indian Political League to the Indian Premier League, I've got Nikhil Nas with me for those updates. Nikhil, are we going to see Tala in action today?
Well, the signs are there, I must tell you, because for the very first time this season, he sat on the team bus and he's gone to the stadium. That's not happened for this entire duration of this season. The other thing, he practiced on the eve of the game. Though he's been practicing for a few games in the past as well, yet on match day he hasn't played. I know you just told the viewers that he did announce that his final game will be in Chepauk. Yeah. This is CSK's last game this season at Chepauk. So whether he'll come to play, I think the sign was there that he's travelled in the bus. But, and there's a big but, and I'll give some reason as to why he's not been playing this season. It's not that he's not recovered from his injury. He had an injury, a calf injury to begin with, but then we are told he's recovered. But then he said the team was winning and I don't want to be just joining that 11 just for the sake of one man coming in and spoiling the team combination. Having said that, I think Chennai has lost the last game. I think there is a slot. They get a young boy with the name of Prashant Veer who hasn't getting too many chances to bat or bowl. And if Prashant is replaced by MS, I don't think it changes the team combination that much. So for the Chennai faithful, I would like MS to come in. Maybe if I could send him a message, I'd like to tell him that you're not spoiling the team combination. Yeah. Just come in, yeah.
I think we need to see some Tala action right now in Chepauk. Do you think there's a possibility of him saying, okay, symbolically, because I've sent out that message, I know this was way back in 2021, but I think there is a certain amount of emotion also for him in playing in Chennai, playing in Chepauk. So do you think that could play a factor here in pushing him out to the field?
I thought, but then I get to hear from people involved or around the franchise that why are you just looking at this season? If he said he'll play for Chennai one last time at the Chepauk, there's always 2027. So what they're saying is that he's not ruling himself out as this is his last season. Okay. And if he thinks that, the team's got some momentum, I'll sit out. 2027, yet another season. 45-year-old MS Dhoni would still probably be walking onto the field. But, seriously, I think he could have played this season at least one game. I don't think he spoils the combination. So from the signs, one good sign is he's travelled there. But then speaking to a lot of people around the team, it seems unlikely that he steps onto the field. Unless, as I said, 2027... Vijay, the new chief minister, is his good friend. They've often been pictured together. I know he's a CSK fan. Maybe off-time season, he goes and meets him sometime. Maybe he tells him, play one final time.
Never say never with politics. Never say never with Dhoni as well, or cricket. Right. So we'll see. Thanks very much, Nikhil, for joining us. It's going to be a watch to watch out for. But at the same time, I think the spotlight will be firmly on MS Dhoni, whether he takes to the field or he chooses to stay out of this one, in which case it's over to the next IPL as far as MS Dhoni is concerned. And as I wrap up this edition of Super 6, I'm leaving you with footage from the IPL. We've been constantly drawing these comparisons between the Indian Political League and the Indian Premier League. Guess what? Those lines are blurred right now. At an RCB game, you had Venkatesh Iyer celebrating his half-century. How? By mimicking Vijay's iconic pose from Mersal. Enjoy this.
What an innings from ball one. All out of the middle, just got so much power. Teammates appreciate the work. All out of the middle, just got so much power. Teammates teammates appreciate the work. Not done yet either. Brilliant.
जिस प्रकार से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने 2020 से ही भारत को स्वावलंबी, भारत को विश्व का एक साझेदार, एक ट्रस्टेड पार्टनर बनाने में सफलता प्राप्त की है। पूरे देश भर से मेड इन इंडिया प्रोडक्ट्स, स्वदेशी सामान, स्वदेशी सेवाएं लोगों को प्रोत्साहित करें। इस उद्देश्य के साथ स्वदेशी मेला 12 से 15 अगस्त भारत मंडपम में आयोजित किया जाएगा। एक के बाद एक श्रृंखला में जो बाकी एफटीएज हैं, जो अभी तय हुए हैं लेकिन जिनके पेपर वर्क और लीगल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन चल रहा है, वो एक के बाद एक लागू होते जाएंगे। जैसे आगे आने वाले दिनों में, अगले 5 साल में भारत ने प्रण लिया है कि हम $2 ट्रिलियन का निर्यात एक्सपोर्ट भारत से करें।
Talapati Vijay. The name is enough. From being a superstar to Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Vijay has come a long way. One thing in his spectacular journey has remained unchanged: the selfie culture. From the name-ready selfie during the Master movie trailer event which went viral, or his selfie at the oath-taking ceremony. It has always been lights, camera, action for Talapati. Since stepping into politics, he has consistently been seen engaging with fans through photographs and selfies at public events. Wherever Vijay goes, he is always ready to say cheese. With Simran Saroa, Bureau Report, India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
the free journey of women in the KSRTC buses. It will be implemented from June 15th onwards, 15th June onwards. We are going to constitute a new department for the old age people. We have decided to increase 3,000 rupees per month to all the ASHA workers as honorarium.
தீர்மானத்தை எதிர்த்தோர் 22, நடுநிலை வகித்தோர் 5, தீர்மானத்தை ஆதரித்தோர் அதிகமாக இருப்பதால் மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சர் அவர்களின் தீர்மானம் நிறைவேறியது, வெற்றி பெற்றது.
After days of ups and downs, Chandrasekharan Joseph Vijay won the trust vote with flying colours.
மாண்புமிகு முதலமைச்சர் அவர்களின் தீர்மானம் வெற்றி பெற்றது என பேரவைக்கு அறிவிக்கிறேன்.
And cemented his position as Chief Minister with a clear majority.
திரு சி ஜோசப் விஜய் அவர்களை முதலமைச்சராக கொண்ட அமைச்சரவை மீது இப்பேரவை தனது நம்பிக்கையை தெரிவிக்கிறது என்னும் தீர்மானத்தை மொழிகிறேன்.
The assembly session began with Vijay proposing the trust motion, with allies extending their support to the Vijay government one by one. Then came the AIA-DMK split and boost to Vijay in the number game, as reported by India Today. The AIA-DMK rebel group led by SP Velumani announced support to the Vijay government, ignoring the whip issued by the party. Edapadi K. Palanisamy, who is facing off with rebels in his party, claimed that ministerial berths have been offered to break his party. Allegations of horse trading also echoed in the assembly, with the leader of the opposition, Udayanidhi Stalin, too levelling serious charges and the chief minister hitting back. With 144 MLAs in his kitty, including 25 AIA-DMK rebels, Vijay now stands much stronger since falling short of majority. With Pramod Madhav and Anaga Keshav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Co-powered by
Candare Lifestyle Jewelry from Kalyan Company. Co-powered by Jindal Stainless. Co-powered by Sharda University. The world comes together at Sharda. Where are you?
Satishan's era begins in Kerala. Congress's mega show of strength. Kerala's new power center takes shape. Who holds real power in new cabinet? Will Venugopal camp score big in cabinet berths? Satishan's biggest test begins now.
Very good evening, viewers. You're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. We come to you from the Kerala State Legislative Assembly. We have a newly minted Chief Minister in Kerala who took oath in Thiruvananthapuram, not just alone V.D. Satishan, with 20 other cabinet ministers. Well, of course, the sheer fact that most of the cabinet ministers came from the camp of K.C. Venugopal. He might not have had his way on being chief minister, but he surely got his men in the cabinet. We're going to break it all down. But first up, allow me to take you through the headlines. Humes demands justice for Tusha. Hunt on to nab missing husband. MP police announces reward of rupees 10,000. Tusha's parents allege belt used to hang, not given to doctors. Another dowry death reported due to harassment. 24-year-old woman jumps off from a roof in Greater Noida. Teen alleged Deepika was harassed, physically assaulted for dowry. Cops arrest accused husband and father-in-law. V.D. Satishan takes oath as Keralam Chief Minister in Thiruvananthapuram. 20 other MLAs also sworn in as cabinet ministers. Congress bigwigs attend oath ceremony. Rahul Priyanka share stage with BDS. Kharge, Sidhu, DKS and Revant also attend. CBI gets custody of another accused, Shivraj. Video of leaked paper was found in his phone. CBI claims some NTA officials had links with accused Shivraj. Parliament panel on education summons NTA chairman on May 21st. India Today accesses first images of India's bullet train scheduled to run between Ahmedabad and Mumbai. The project is scheduled for launch on August 15, 2027. Prime Minister Modi holds bilateral talks with Norway Prime Minister. Trade, tech and fight against terror discussed in the meeting. Prime Minister Modi once again bats for peace in West Asia during his meet with the Norwegian Prime Minister. Well, it's a rare day, but Congress really did have a good day at the office. They sworn in their chief minister in Kerala, V.D. Satishan. Well, in terms of optics, show of strength by the Congress. They wanted to keep it focused just as a Congress event. They did so, along with, of course, the UDF allies. And like I said, show of strength with all the Congress chief ministers. They aren't too many, but the few that they are were in attendance today at the oath-taking ceremony of V.D. Satishan. There was a money shot, if one would say, and that was V.D. Satishan, K.C. Venugopal, Ramesh Chennithala, all three of them contenders to be chief minister. But now V.D. Satishan clearly has won that race, standing besides Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge. raising their hands together, all smiles. So all that in the past is a matter of the past. Ramesh Channithala just posted and says, I'm a true congressman. Well, he just posted on social media. KC Venugopal, all smiles. Well, this is how the day went.
Hands locked, hands raised. Loud cheers from the crowd. Keralam's swearing-in ceremony quickly turning into a Congress show of strength. Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, KC Venugopal and Ramesh Channithala sharing the stage with Keralam's new Chief Minister V.D. Satishan. The visuals reminding many of Karnataka 2023 when Congress leaders raise hands together after Siddharamaya's swearing in. This time the stage was Keralam. V.D. Satishan officially taking charge as the state's 13th Chief Minister along with the 20-member cabinet. Congress calling it a generational shift. 14 first-time ministers, several young faces. But one visual stood out beyond party lines. Outgoing Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and BJP State President Rajiv Chandrasekhar also present on stage. And within hours of taking charge, the Satishan government moved to deliver on promises.
The free journey of women in the KSRTC buses. It will be implemented from June 15th onwards, 15th June onwards. We are going to constitute a new department for the old age people. We have decided to increase 3,000 rupees per month to all the ASHA workers as honorarium.
But behind the celebrations, intense power balancing. Satishan is likely to keep finance and ports. Ramesh Channithala may get home. Sunny Joseph expected to handle revenue. But the bigger story is the cabinet arithmetic. KC Venugopal may have lost the Chief Minister race, but his imprint on the cabinet is hard to miss. 7 of the 12 Congress ministers are believed to be his loyalists. Then comes the IUML factor. The IUML, with 22 MLAs, has secured 5 cabinet berths, and it was their support that tilted the scales in favour of V.D. Satishan. The BJP has accused the Congress of minority appeasement and called Satishan an IUML-backed Chief Minister. The Congress, however, says the formula follows the Oman Chandy model of coalition accommodation. For now, the optics are strong. But beyond the celebration visuals, V.D. Satishan faces his biggest challenge yet. Despite being a senior Congress leader, he has never served as a minister before. And now, the focus shifts from politics to governance. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, I want to cut across to former Union Minister, senior BJP leader, Mr. KJ Alphonse. Thank you, sir, for joining us this evening. One quick question. I'm sure you wish the new Chief Minister well in his tenure. He's decided to keep finance and ports with him. And, well, he's on the clock from now.
Well, congratulations to the new Chief Minister. In fact, as soon as he was elected, I had posted on my social media that I was wishing him all the very best. Well, people have elected the UDF and they have selected the Chief Minister. So now he becomes Kerala's Chief Minister, everybody's Chief Minister, including my parties. So that is why you would have seen the BJP State President Rajiv Chandrasekhar be present. I think the former Chief Minister, Mr. Pinarayi Vijay, also was present. I think it's a very good spirit that when people elect somebody, we accept that. And I would like, of course, everybody in this country to follow that same principle, that since people have elected Narendra Modi ji as the Prime Minister of India, that he is considered India's Prime Minister, not some parties. So we follow this fundamental spirit. Once he is elected, he is our Chief Minister. I wish him all the very best, but there are a whole of issues which he needs to face. Kerala is completely broke. They have no money. And of course, with the Gulf War and also the Trump tariff, we are in pretty deep trouble in terms of foreign remittances coming, because last year, out of 138 billion of foreign remittance, 19.7% was from Kerala, almost 1/5 was from Kerala. Now with this Gulf War on, it's going to be a little difficult. We have no employment at all in Kerala. All our young people are leaving Kerala. Education is in a mess. Health is not in such a good shape. We have no industry. So Sadishan would have a whole lot of stuff in his plate which he needs to sort out.
Mr. Alphonse, that's right. He has his task cut out. But there has been this one criticism which is coming in from your party, not just today, but over the course of the last couple of weeks. It's been also raised by Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekharan, who's this time in the assembly as well, in one of the 3 MLAs that have come from the BJP. And that criticism is, Mr. Alphonse, where the BJP says that Mr. Satishan is an IUML representative, which is quite not true, or the fact that this was Muslim appeasement, minority appeasement, and not minority outreach of giving 5 cabinet berths to the IUML. Now, would you reckon that's quite a false comparison, because this is pretty much the formula of Uman Chandi, where the Congress had followed earlier?
Well, there's always been a problem whenever the UDF came into power. The predominant power has always been the Muslim League. Now, if you take the portfolio of Muslim League, it's always been fixed. Industry, IT, education, everything that is important, where there is money, I think the bulk of the budget allocation will go to the portfolios, departments which are managed by the IUML. So basically, the UDF government basically means IUML government in substance, because whoever controls the money, I mean, they are going to control the government. They have such a strong grip. So Umanchandi government was really possibly not an ideal government, though Mr. Umanchandi was a very popular leader. He did a lot of good things, but the whole problem is the IUML really has a very strong stranglehold on the UDF, and it's their agenda which happens most of the time.
Okay. All right, Mr. Alphonse, thank you for taking the time out and joining us. Appreciate it. I want to quickly cut across to our other guest joining me. My colleague Shibi Mol is with us. She's joining us from one of the newly minted cabinet ministers, Mr. Muralidharan, son of the former Chief Minister of Kerala. I also have with me Mr. K.A. Shaji, senior journalist right outside the Assembly. We're also joined, I believe, by Mr. Ranil K. Anthony, National Secretary, National Spokesperson, BJP, as well as Henry Austin, Spokesperson, Congress, and Mr. K.J. Jacob, Executive Editor, Deccan Chronicle. He's also joining us from Kochi. Mr. Shaji, you have now a scenario where the Chief Minister has taken oath and he's got his task cut out. He's got finance, he's got ports to very important portfolios where Kerala is concerned. But in midst of the 20 cabinet ministers, most of them, you know, if there are camps that we talk of, come from the KC Venugopal camp. Do you think there will be factionalism? Because Kerala has been one state that we have seen over the years, every time there has been the Congress, there have been always 2 factions.
So factionalism is a long-time reality in the case of Congress in Kerala, and it existed for so long. And going into the history, there were intense factional fights within the Congress. Now its level has reduced. It is a clear fact that the majority of the ministers are belonging to the Venugopal side. But at the same time, we can say, though they are still owing allegiance to Venugopal, Satishan can manage things because he is a good team leader, and his efforts in maintaining the rapport between different groups, it was very much evident during the election process. During the campaigning time, the Congress in Kerala, they fought it single-handedly. There was an unforeseen kind of unity among the party members, and that time he said, he used the term, the United UDF, Team UDF. And still, I believe, as the leader of the cabinet, as the leader of the UDF, he can ensure the cabinet working together as a team and they can bring out the real results. Because of everything, already small things are visible. For example, today's cabinet meeting, some of the key messages the meeting given to the people of Kerala, remarkable one among them is the case of the Asha workers in Kerala. They were demanding a minor increase in their honorarium. The previous government refused to give it. The civil society wanted it. And at that time, Sadish had given an assurance to them. If the UDF is voted to power, at the first cabinet meeting, we will decide to increase your honorarium. It may be a small amount, but the gesture, the tokenism, it has lot of importance. The government increased the honorarium 3,000 rupees and said it is the beginning and it will continue and there would be a fair kind of increment in the coming days.
All right, so you're saying he'll be able to manage. That's what you're saying. Mr. Jacob, you want to come in and weigh in on that? We'll also cut across to Shibi Mole and just 2 minutes time for our spokesperson's patience and go to them as well. But Mr. Jacob, you have now VD Satishan taking oath. He has his task cut out. There's a fair bit because Kerala fiscal position not too good. He has plans, he has ideas, he's got two powerful portfolios. Yet, you know, if one goes back where Kerala is concerned, in Congress there has always been factionalism. Who can forget the time of Mr. Anthony and Mr. Karunakaram where there were two clear factions? Do you think this will happen, or, you know, now he has his cabinet, people will need to follow the cue of VD Satishan?
I think the factionalism cannot be a big problem that he is going to face. It's highly unlikely because as a team leader, he should be able to manage the teams at the party within its limits. But the problem is that, as Shaji pointed out, it will be the tokenism all along. That's what I presume, because the promises that he has given out is going to be too huge. Unlike a minor increase in the honorarium of the Asha workers, they were actually demanding 21,000 rupees as payment. Actually, they are part of the central government scheme. The LDF government had, in several steps, they raised it from 1,000 rupees to 9,000 rupees. And now he has added 3,000 rupees. The demand was that they should be given 21,000 rupees. Satishan's offer was that your demand will be considered at the first meeting of the cabinet. But he has offered 3,000. That's a good gesture, but it's tokenism. This is what my real fear is. He will have to do with the tokenism because the promises that he has made out are too humongous. To meet them all, it will take all the efforts of his government, all the efforts, support even from the union government. That alone can help him meet the demands. Otherwise, they can end up with tokenism. The party, I don't think the party is going to, or factionism is going to pose a major problem for him, but his own promises are going to weigh him down in the future.
Well, Rahul Gandhi has taken a 5-point guarantee and he will need to deliver on that 5-point guarantee. I'll get the both of you for a quick comment again, but I want to bring in my colleague Shibi Mole, who's been tracking developments through the course of the morning. Shibi, a newly minted cabinet, meetings after meetings is what we are hearing. VD Satishan wants to dive right in. What are you picking up? You had Ramesh Chenithala, who after all the placation has now come out taken oath as Home Minister, and just 3 hours ago posted a picture of him and Rahul Gandhi saying, "I am but a true congressman."
Well, exactly. That's the message that Ramesh Chenithala is sending out to the party workers and the public of Kerala that, I am a congressman. He was very unsatisfied with the fact that he was not given the chief ministerial post despite being a senior to VD Satishan and KC Venugopal. They both grew under his leadership. So the disappointment was very evident that he initially refused to be a part of the cabinet, but we did feel like it could also be a pressure tactic to be included in the ministry as the Home Minister. So now he's very likely he's getting the Home Department, Home and Intelligence is what we are learning. On stage also we saw a very sweet gesture between Rahul Gandhi and Ramesh Chenithala. When he went on to Rahul Gandhi, it almost felt like Rahul Gandhi thanking him for staying within the Congress and staying within the cabinet. Of course, there's no doubt he will leave Congress or something like that, but he showed up there, took oath as a minister and decided to be a part of the ministry and work with VD Satishan, work under VD Satishan, whatever it can be called. So that gesture was clearly appreciated by Rahul Gandhi on stage.
VD Satishan after taking oath. a lot of, which was unusual. We don't quite see it. We saw it during Vijay's oath taking when he hugged his cabinet, and we saw it today. You don't really, usually there's protocol, there's a bit of formality, but we did see a lot of bonhomie on stage today.
Well, absolutely. It almost felt like he was relieved that, finally we have the cabinet sworn in after so many days of confusion and chaos. We saw very, chaotic scenes breaking out in Kerala. All the same Congress workers coming out on street and protesting against their own leadership. Posters coming up in Wayanad against Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. These are scenes we never expected to see. We knew there would be a fight, there would be a factionalism that will break out between these three groups. But it went beyond what we anticipated with them tearing off the posters of their own leaders. So it took the Congress High Command a lot of time to finally decide on V.D. Satheeshan, despite K.C. Venugopal having the support of MLAs, the backing of MLAs. So he had a tough task convincing both Ramesh Chintala and K.C. Venugopal to step back and let's go with the people's verdict or people's sentiment there, or the party workers' sentiment that was clearly in favor of V.D. Satheeshan.
Before I go into my, to our spokespersons, I want to quickly get all of you for a quick comment. Mr. Shaji, what according to you is the biggest challenge? You're saying one, delivery on the promises, the 5 guarantees of Rahul Gandhi will be mere tokenism because A, the state is pretty much broke, cannot afford to do so. What would be the other challenge?
The other thing is the kind of expectation Satheeshan rose in the Kerala society. Though he is first in a constitutional position, though he is first time as a minister, he has been an able parliamentarian for long. He raised many of the key issues, burning issues of Kerala, from environmental protection to coastal protection, protection of the minorities, protection of the social harmony. And he even claimed out many times that he has his own vision about development, about infrastructure, about growth. So everything, and I think he's choosing of the finance ministry and as well as the coastal development ministry, the port ministry. And because these two subjects are very close to his heart, so he has ideas, he has visions. So what we are looking or what we are expecting, how much he is going to deliver his dreams, how he can translate the things into reality.
All right, well, how does he translate things into reality? Mr. Jacob, would you want to come in and weigh in? Biggest challenge in front of Mr. V.D. Satheeshan?
That exactly are the problems that he is going to face. And he has kept the the finance portfolio to himself. And he has ideas about collecting taxes and filling the coffers. He has said it. It is the job of the ruler to fill the coffers first. So I think he will have ideas to do that and then meet the promises that he has already made to the people.
All right, Shibi, I believe there's been back-to-back meetings. We were trying to get Mr. Muralidharan, one of, the cabinet ministers, also the son of former chief minister of Kerala, Mr. Karnataka. But lots of meetings already. V.D. Satheeshan has taken oath and he's cracking from the word go.
Well, exactly. I agree with our guest on the show that, it will be difficult for him to, the biggest challenge will be delivering on these promises and also keeping his ministry together, knowing that, most of his ministers from his own party are with the KC group, are the KC loyalists. But I also think that, Kerala is a society that's very critical of its government, of its representatives. So Congress in the last 10 years has been in opposition. They have not faced that kind of criticism that the government has faced. And they will be ruling in a social media era that they have not witnessed, where everything is recorded, everything will be audited. In the last 10 years, whatever statements they have made is out there in the public, as a very good record on social media itself. So the next 5 years, for everything, they will be audited, everything, they will be criticized. So overcoming that Congress has never done. The last 10 years is when we saw the social media boom in Kerala politics. So overcoming that challenge, meeting up the expectations will be another task ahead for the Congress government under V.D. Satheeshan.
Well, thank you, Shibi, and thank you, Mr. Jacob, for joining us. I want to cut across to our political panelists. Thank you for the patience, and let's begin right now with the Congress spokesperson, Mr. Austin. Henry Austin, the euphoria of the oath-taking ceremony over. It's your silver lining in what is not a great political landscape in terms of representation for the Congress. But you're on the clock now. You'll have to deliver, especially on those 5 promises and guarantees that not just your incumbent Chief Minister now, but even Rahul Gandhi has made in Kerala.
Good evening, Preeti. Anyway, thanks for having me on the show. I think beyond the euphoria, I think the government has already started working. And the first cabinet decision which were briefed to the press came as a refreshing change. We were so used to the former chief minister's press meetings where no answers were given. It was just a broadcast. So here it was a refreshing change that Satishan came on, the CM came to the press meet well briefed, and he came across as very precise. And the intent is very clear. He mentioned that we have the Indira guarantee, the 5 guarantees that we have given as poll promises. And 2 of those promises we have taken the first steps. Number 1 being the free transport for women on KSRTC buses, which will start on June 15th, the next month. And the details will be given out later. And second, there is a promise to start a department for the elderly, the senior citizens of the state. Because we have realized during the course of the last 10 years, the multifarious problems that the state is facing. One being that we have an aging population. The youngsters of the state are leaving the state in droves, seeking greener pastures because of lack of opportunities in the state. And then we are not utilizing the potential of the state. And that is why I think if you just look at the portfolios which the CM has kept to himself, he has retained finance, he has retained ports, and also he has retained law. The blue economy is one area which Satishan has very clearly focused on, and he has already had a blueprint which is laid out earlier, saying that the great potential to develop the blue economy of state, which has around about 560 kilometers. So that is one focus area. That is exactly the reason why he has kept the ports portfolio to himself. And there will be financial reforms. And,
I'm going to come
we can understand. Yeah.
Allow me to bring in Mr. Anthony. Mr. Anthony, there's sweet irony to this, isn't it? Because it was your father who, as per our sources, it was by his word that Mr. V.D. Satishan finds himself as Chief Minister, because it was Sonia Gandhi who called your father and he said we shouldn't have 2 by-elections, let's stick with the V.D. Satishan. And there you are from the BJP arguing the case out for the BJP, just like I said, sweet irony on that account. But Mr. Anthony, the fact that he doesn't have a day of executive experience, he's never held office before, he's never been a cabinet minister. Some would suggest it's a handicap, but some would also think that's great because he comes in with a completely fresh outlook. He's looking to make a difference and he could deliver. One should give him a chance.
Thank you for having me in the show. So today is the first day he just sworn in, and one thing the
Preeti, Mr. Anthony, I hope I'm not sounding like Rajdeep this evening.
Yes, I did say that. Thank you for having me in the show. And like I said, it's only the first day. The government, he just sworn in, and the Bharatiya Janata Party will be a very responsible opposition. Our state president Rajiv Chandrasekhar and everybody were there today at the swearing. But the BJP did raise some important concerns, and those concerns are still very valid. Before the elections, Mr. Satishan and the rest of the Congress party, including Rahul Gandhi, had given a lot of promises to the people, including free bus rides, etc. But you already saw how these things are evolving in states like Karnataka and Himachal and Telangana, etc. right now, and the Aam Aadmi Party also in states including Delhi and Punjab. And now they're all in huge financial distress. And Kerala's situation seems to be even worse, where in the first day itself, senior Congress leaders have come out and said that the state is almost bankrupt, and they're going to come out with a white paper saying how bad the finances are. So they themselves, I think, are now understanding that it may not be that feasible. And the second and third thing also, we had raised it before the election, we are raising it now, we are raising it while the Chief Minister was selected. And that is, this time it was proved very clearly that almost 47 of the 63 MLAs, they were supporting Mr. Venugopal. But 22 of the IUML proved to be bigger than 47 of the Congress. So you know what kind of government it will be. There will be a lot of appeasement, there will be a lot of communalism that will be happening. And the Bharatiya Janata Party had raised it, and we feel that that is how the government will be in the next 5 years. And the third thing which we saw from
let me bring in Mr. Henry Austin on this. But you talk about that this is an IUML. chief minister in place, despite of most MLAs going with KC Venugopal. The decision was made for Mr. V.D. Satish. And some would also say Mr. KC Venugopal didn't even fight the election. It was the LOP who was Mr. V.D. Satish. And this election was fought under his watch. So natural justice would demand that he become, if there is natural justice in politics. But I want to bring in Mr. Rostin on this. Mr. Rostin, you know, there is one criticism that you are going to face, especially from those three MLAs of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the State Assembly this time, which is minority appeasement. What you call minority outreach is being read as minority appeasement. What you say is the Chandi formula of what you are following in terms of giving 5 cabinet berths to IUML. Well, you have the BJP which says that this is communal posturing. You're basically bowing down to the demand of the IUML.
Vijay, I find this very funny actually, because two things which Mr. Anthony said. Who gave the number 47? Because as a congressman, I don't know which MLA voted. And has anybody come out on record saying that 47 MLA supported KC Venugopal? Has the High Command given out this figure? It is just an illusion. Because it's quite natural that being the top post of the state, there would be aspirants for it. And definitely there was a democratic way of, aspiration to that. So the MLAs have supported, there have been varied support for all the 3 candidates. 3 aspirants. So I don't know where Mr. Anil got the number of 47. That's point number 1. And secondly, why is it being alluded that the Muslim League is a communal party? The Muslim League is not a communal party. Apart from the name Muslim in the name tag, they are not a communal party. We don't believe so. And they do represent a minority community in the state, but they have been very secular in the past. If you look at the history of the Muslim League in Kerala, they have been one of the most secular parties. If you look at the Babri Masjid demolition, post-Babri Masjid demolition, the state would have been on fire had it not been for the very sensible stance and posters and decisions taken by the IUML. So I don't see the reason why it is being alluded that Muslim League is a communal party and thereby we are being propped up by a communal force.
But Mr. Rostin,
no, one more,
you do understand, your point of view.
One more point. No,
okay, make your point. Make your point. Make your
point.
Please,
22 MLAs represent almost 25% of the total MLAs that we have. We have 102 MLAs. It's 25%. And if you look at the population of Muslims in the state, the number 5, the 5 MLAs are equivalent to that. There has been no over-representation of the Muslim community from the Muslim League, if you're given the 5 seats. So I don't think there is any injustice done to that. And as an ally, they have been a staunch ally of the Congress, and they have not created any problems in the past also. So why is it going to be a problem? The Muslim League has the largest UDF constituent.
I want to bring it. Okay, allow me to bring in Mr. Anthony on this. Allow me to bring it. Okay, allow me to bring in Mr. Anthony on this. Mr. Anthony, the counter charge that the Congress makes is IUML is not communal. Which is the BJP, is communal. It is with what Rahul Gandhi said, Jitni abadi utna hak, equal representation in terms of the population, in terms of the number of seats. The IUML fought 27, they won 22. And it would, again, if there is natural justice in politics, it demands that they be accommodated in at least 5 cabinet berths. It's happened before during Chandi's reign.
Thank you. So, see, who the Congress or the UDF chooses as the leader or how the cabinet composition is completely their discretion. It is not the BJP's. But the Bharatiya Janata Party has been very clear that finally this time it was proved very clearly that the IUML and their MLAs were more significant in the process of choosing the chief minister of the UDF and the Congress than the Congress MLAs. And today, my esteemed panelist was telling, where did you get the numbers, etc. But there was this whole charade that was going on in entire Kerala for almost 10 days because there were 3 contenders. And, one of the biggest argument which Mr. Venugopal and his camp was making is that he was the person who was the High Command and Mr. Gandhi's choice, and also that he has more than 2/3 of the MLA. So either we have a misrepresentation of facts outside, or it seems like some of the senior Congress leaders are misguiding the public. So this is all there in public record for 9 days. These are not my numbers. These are numbers that were out there in media, including your all around the place, including Malayalam media and English media for 10 days, which showed what this MLA support of each of the 3 contenders were. And our point is only this, that finally it was proved that 22 MLAs of the IUML, and the IUML proved to be more decisive in choosing the Chief Minister of Kerala than the Congress MLAs and what they wanted. So this is all we are saying, and that we feel will have a certain kind of
I want to
political
get
tension
final
in that
comments.
state.
But
Right
Mr.
now, again,
Anthony, you know, I'm not going to ask you that question because it's uncomfortable, but the sweet irony in all of this is, with what is also being reported in a lot of Malayalam channels, is that the final word of the Congress going in with Mr. V.D. Satishan came from your father, Mr. Anthony, who said, let's not have two by-elections by having K.C. Venugopal, where he will fight and somebody will have to vacate a seat for him, and then the by-election on his Lok Sabha seat. So, interesting, but that's how politics plays out sometimes. Final comments, 1 minute, Mr. Austin, your time begins now. Like I said in the beginning, all the euphoria, your chief minister is on the clock, especially with the 5-point guarantee that he's promised and he'll need to deliver.
Preeti, I'm very happy to say that we have started on a very positive note. The ministry formation has gone on smoothly, and within 2 days after the CM has been decided, we've decided the entire cabinet, they've sworn in, and the first ministerial decisions have also come out, where 2 poll promises have already been taken shape, and we have also addressed the ASHA workers issue, and KG teachers, AYA workers, as well as the cooks who are also under the president, they have also been given a small token of 1,000 rupees each incremental. And I am very sure the finance portfolio, which is going to be handled by the CM, is going to see a lot of restructuring. We are going to address the dire financial straits the state is facing now. And we will, in the due course of time, we will definitely address all the poll promises that we have made. And it is going to be a continuation of welfare politics along with very developmental-oriented politics. And our intention is to retain the youth talent of the state as well as address the welfare of the senior citizen. It is going to be a balance of both. Just like the ministry, which has 14 newcomers, a balance of old as well as youth, experience as well as new energy. This is going to be a new direction in the history of Kerala state. We are very, very positive on that.
All right, your final 2 minutes, Mr. Anthony.
For a long time, one thing which we have seen very clearly is that wherever a Congress has come back, wherever they have formed a state government, they haven't repeated for a long time, and that is because they haven't been able to deliver on their governance. Now you look at Kerala, they have given so many promises for a long, like 5-point formulas, like so many welfare schemes, etc., including free bus rides, which we already have seen that in states like Karnataka, in Telangana, in Himachal, etc., they are struggling to make. And Kerala's financial situation is so bad that we can guarantee that they won't be able to deliver. You'll be seeing a lot of appeasement. And alongside all this, you'll be also seeing the rise of certain appeasement politics. One thing we can guarantee is that during all this, people in Kerala, just like 22 other states in India where they have chosen a double-engine government, Kerala also, you'll be seeing the Bharatiya Janata Party grow in the next 5 years. You have seen our first government in Bengal now, in Assam now, and you're going to our third government in Assam now. We all start with 3 seats in all these states. Kerala also, you're going to see the rise of BJP because people will finally...
In Bengal, there were 3 and they rose to 77. Will the left's share now go to the BJP? Well, we'll only know in time to come. Thank you, Mr. Anthony and Mr. Henry Austin, for joining us. Appreciate it. We're going to keep a keen eye on all developments. But there was one development that didn't quite happen, which many thought would have practically stolen the show, and which was the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu attend the oath-taking ceremony of V.D. Satishan. Why is it that Joseph C. Vijay, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, didn't quite attend the oath-taking ceremony? At one end, you had the Congress which said that this could have been a huge security hassle, especially for Vijay, who is a Chief Minister, but he's also or was a superstar and would require extra amounts of security. There was a section within the Congress that also felt that they didn't want the spotlight to be taken away from the Congress today. It was their big moment. It should have been purely a Congress event where the spotlight remains solely on the Congress chief ministers and the achievement of the Congress coming in with a massive mandate after 10 years. On the other side, there was also murmurs that what if Vijay had attended? The whole show of strength of Rahul Gandhi with Vijay could have paved the way for an alliance in 2029. There could have been solid political messaging at the back of it. Then there is more speculation that till now, the TVK hasn't allotted those 2 promised cabinet berths to the Congress just yet. So why is it that Vijay did not attend? Well, let's cut across to my colleague who knows it better, Akshita Nandgopal, joining us for more. Akshita, pray tell us, why is it that Vijay was missing from the oath-taking ceremony this morning?
So here's what we're hearing, Preeti. The reasons that have been cited by the CMO is one, crowd control. It would have been chaotic because fans then immediately would have gathered in large numbers. Vijay is huge in Kerala too. He has a huge fan following in Kerala as well. So crowd control, security issues would have been a problem. Secondly, also that he had other administrative commitments, and that was cited by the CMO. But what's also interesting, and it would be amiss of us not to mention that in the last 48 hours in Kerala, the TVK has been making big moves. Whether it's in Palakkad, Wayanad or Thrissur, you've had the TVK kind of focusing on big expansion plans, leading to questions of whether Vijay is also eyeing neighbouring Kerala next, perhaps in 2031, and therefore was worried about the kind of political messaging if he was involved in this kind of a big Congress UDF bash in Kerala. This is something that everyone is speculating on, but we have images, we have confirmation of the multiple TVK events that took place in Kerala over the weekend.
Well, multiple TVK events, and that wouldn't go down very well, Akshita, with the Congress, will it? Because of TVK trying to make inroads this time in Kerala, Congress has always complained that its allies, especially on a regional level, have grown at the cost of the Congress itself. And now you have another challenge which is practically standing at your doorstep in Kerala, who happens to be your ally that you're power sharing with in Tamil Nadu.
No, you're right. And, even in that power sharing, we still don't know what are the berths or why that hasn't happened, why the allocation to 2 Congress MLAs hasn't happened in Tamil Nadu. And amid that, the fact that Vijay has chosen not to be a part of that photo op with Rahul Gandhi, who chose, by the way, to be there despite the last-minute notice from TVK, to be there for Vijay's swearing in. The optics definitely don't work very well here. But as far as TVK is concerned, and you speak to TVK sources, they say, look, our friendship with Congress remains, our alliance, our tie-up with the Congress remains. What will ultimately be the test, perhaps, is 2029, Preeti, and whether we will see, like the Congress wants, Vijay campaigning for the Congress in states like Kerala. Maybe that will really decide which way this alliance is going, and whether Vijay is eyeing Kerala or whether he will be a comfortable part of the alliance and do his bit for the Congress.
Well, right now he's quite comfortable. He also has a splinter group of the AIDMK, and you are right, those 2 cabinet berths as promised still haven't yet been delivered. Thank you, Akshita, and giving us the deep dive and the inside details on why is it that the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister was missing, because till early this morning it seemed that he could come and then he didn't. A quick break to stay with us. On the other side, we're going to be shifting focus to a tragic dowry death, alleged dowry death that has taken place. Stay with us.
A dream come true. You make me rise with you in the sky of our own. Feels like gravity is gone.
Feels like summer. Monte Carlo. It's the way you make me feel.
Character. The taste of success.
French perfumes by Choban. A fragrance that lasts longer than 10 hours. So I can be myself a little more. French perfumes by Choban. For him and her.
Like I said before, we better own the sin. Like I said before, we better own the sin.
The action never stops, and neither do we. From breaking updates to match analysis, from big moments to bigger conversations. This is where sports comes alive. Fast, sharp, unfiltered. For the fans who want every update, every story, every headline first. Welcome to Sports Today, your destination for everything sports. Press that bell icon and subscribe now.
My problem is not with the message. My problem is with the manner in which the messages come, and more importantly, the timing. Suddenly, elections over, you've given the country a reality check. And that's why there's panic.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
Perfumes by Choban, a fragrance that lasts longer than 10 hours. So I can be myself a little more. French Perfumes by Choban, for him and her.
राहुल गांधी विपक्ष के नेता के नाते से जो कहना कहें, परंतु धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी ने जो एप्रोप्रिएट एक्शन था, सीबीआई की जांच का आदेश दे दिया। सीबीआई की जांच हो रही है, धरपकड़ हो रही है, और ये भी हो गया कि जो लोग दोषी उनको सख्त से सजा मिलेगी। और ये भी कह दिया कि आने वाले जितने एग्जाम हैं अब के बाद वह कंप्यूटर के माध्यम से होंगे, हार्ड कॉपीज नहीं होंगी।
राहुल गांधी किस मुद्दे पे पीएम को अटैक नहीं करते हैं? हर मुद्दे पे तो पीएम को ही अटैक करते हैं। राहुल गांधी एक बहुत आसान तरीका है प्रधानमंत्री के ऊपर किसी तरीके की बात करना, उनसे सवाल पूछना। जो उनका कर्तव्य रहा है, उनकी सरकारों के वक्त से लेकर अब तक नेता प्रतिपक्ष होने के नाते उन्होंने अगर कोई एक काम किया है तो बताइए।
Welcome back, viewers. I want to take you through some tragic details that are emerging right now in the Tusha death case. Her parents call it murder, they call it harassment and a dowry death. On the other account, the parents and her in-laws say that she took her own life. The last final video has now just been released. You can see on your television screen the final moments of Tusha captured on camera. The CCTV images show Tusha going upstairs. Moments later, she was given CPR on the stairs. On camera, Tusha's body being taken downstairs. Now, these were the last images that were recorded from the CCTV cameras at the residence of the in-laws. I want to immediately cut across to my colleague Ravish, who's joining us from Bhopal with more details coming in. Ravish, ये जो फाइनल आखिरी वीडियो त्विशा का निकला है जिसमें दिख रहा है रवीश के वो ऊपर जा रही हैं, फिर उनको CPR दिया जा रहा है, उनकी बॉडी नीचे लेके आई जा रही है, इसमें क्या डिटेल्स आ रही हैं, क्या आप जोड़ सकते हैं?
देखिए, जैसे कि पहले ही दावा किया जा रहा था परिवार की ओर से कि इस पूरे मामले में जो टाइमलाइन थी उन्होंने जो पुलिस को भी बताई थी और बाद में बेल ऑर्डर्स में कोर्ट में भी सबमिट की गई थी, उसमें साफ तौर पे यही लिखा गया था कि जो आखिरी मूवमेंट थे तुषा के वो किस तरीके से थे। पहले वो टीवी देख रही थी, उसके बाद वो टीवी देखते हुए अकेले ऊपर चली जाती है, पहले नीचे जाती है, फिर फ़ोन पर बात करते हुए ऊपर अपनी छत की ओर जाती है और काफ़ी देर तक जब वो वापस नीचे नहीं उतरती है तो CCTV में हम देख सकते हैं कि बाद में जो दूसरा CCTV फुटेज है उसमें दिख रहा है कि किस तरीके से वो तुषा को लेकर के नीचे आ रहे हैं, उसे CPR देने की कोशिश हो रही है, वो तमाम चीज़ें अब दिख रही है। तो जो बातें परिवार ने कही थी पुलिस को, कोर्ट को, अब वो एक एविडेंस के रूप में सामने है और ये एक्सक्लूसिव है जो इंडिया टुडे ने एक्सेस किया है, जो हम अपने व्यूअर्स को दिखा भी रहे हैं और इस तस्वीरों के जरिए जो क्लेम किया जा रहा है तुषा के इन-लॉज की तरफ से वो अब वीडियो फुटेज में भी यहाँ पे साफ तौर पे देखा जा सकता है। वो परिवार का साफ तौर पे यही कहना है कि तुषा जो है वो अकेले ही छत की ओर गई थी और वहीं पे उसने फांसी लगाई और उसके बाद उसे नीचे उतारा गया और नीचे उतारने के बाद ऐसा नहीं है कि उसे सीधे अस्पताल ले जाया गया हो, बल्कि उसे CPR देकर के उसकी जान बचाने की भरसक कोशिशें हुई, लेकिन उसमें फिलहाल वो सफल हो नहीं सके।
रवीश, तो ये कितना अंतर है रवीश जब त्विशा ऊपर जाती हैं और नीचे आती हैं? ये CCTV उन्हीं की जो इन-लॉज हैं उनके घर से बरामद हुआ है, वहीं से रिकॉर्डिंग हुई है। कितना अंतर है कि वो ऊपर गई और वापस आई, बीच में कोई क्लिप मिसिंग है या नहीं है? और इनको जोड़िए, जो त्विशा के जो माँ बाप हैं, माता पिता हैं, वो क्या कह रहे हैं और जो त्विशा के इन-लॉज हैं वो क्या कह रहे हैं?
देखिए, इसमें अगर हम बात करें तो अभी तक तो सिर्फ तुषा के जो परिवार के लोग हैं, उनकी मदर हो या उनके फादर हो या उनके भाई हों, उनके रिएक्शंस आ रहे थे। आज पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है जब तुषा के इन-लॉज सामने आए हैं, उनकी मदर इन-लॉ सामने आई, प्रेस के सामने उन्होंने तमाम बातें की, तो उन्होंने काउंटर किया है उनके हर एक एलिगेशन का, जो तुषा की फैमिली एलिगेशन अब तक लगा रही है, हर उस एक एलिगेशन का उन्होंने काउंटर किया है। तुषा की फैमिली का सबसे बड़ा एलिगेशन ये था कि बड़े इन्फ्लुएंसिंग लोग हैं और इनके इन्फ्लुएंस की वजह से ही ना तो केस समय पर रजिस्टर हो पाया, ना ही एम्स में ठीक तरीके से उनकी बेटी को देखा गया और ना ही एम्स ने जो है पोस्टमार्टम ठीक तरीके से किया। ये एलिगेशंस लगाए गए थे तुषा की फैमिली की तरफ से, लेकिन आज उनका काउंटर किया है उनकी मदर इन लॉ ने, तुषा की मदर इन लॉ ने, गिरिबाला सिंह ने, जो कि रिटायर्ड जज भी हैं, और उन्होंने कहा कि एम्स इससे पहले वो कभी गई भी नहीं है और एम्स में इनका एलिगेशन ये है गिरिबाला सिंह का कि एम्स में उल्टा इन लोगों के ऊपर हमला हुआ जब पता चला तुषा की फैमिली को कि वो डेथ हो गई है उसकी, वो नहीं रही इस दुनिया में, तो उसके जो फैमिली के लोग हैं उन्होंने गिरिबाला सिंह और उनकी फैमिली के ऊपर वहाँ पे असॉल्ट किया, जिसके बाद पुलिस को कॉल करना पड़ा और पुलिस ने फिर इनको एम्स से निकाला। तो हर एक एलिगेशन का, तो ड्रग्स का एलिगेशन लगाया तुषा के परिवार ने समर्थ के ऊपर, तो उसका भी जवाब दिया है समर्थ की मां ने, और उन्होंने ये भी कहा है कि समर्थ जो है वो ड्रग्स नहीं लेता था। ये पूरी तरीके से गलत आरोप है। उन्होंने ये ज़रूर कहा कि समर्थ के ऊपर ड्रग्स के